Good morning, Vooka Nation. Good morning. I hope you guys are doing okay. It's a beautiful and wonderful Wednesday. But at WTF, who is your Woman Crush Wednesday today? Because we are making sure that we are doing everything nice, giving you the daily dose of positivity, and obviously making sure that you start your day with an energetic dose to it. So I hope you guys are feeling amazing and doing okay, because it's a beautiful sunny Wednesday out there. The sun is out, making sure that we bask and receive our daily dose of vitamin D. And to those who don't know me and those who obviously know me, I go by the name of Afriberry, also known as Miss Berry Blaze. But to the darker the berry, the sweeter than Don. And not forgetting the underground radio DBN family out there at Tegwini, Sanbonani, Kazini. I hope ni right phela. Ningakhohlwa ukuthi vele sazenza iplan ukuthi sikhona ukufika kini lapha eThekwini si broadcast live from the underground radio, and then sikhona ukubulisa bona nalabantu abajala ukusimamela khona mabavulele underground DBN radio app in the morning. Ningakhohlwa ukuthi ne app yakho ngakhona ukuthola ku iOS ungayidonsa futhi na ku Play Store ukuthi ukhona ukumamela your favorite daily breakfast show ekseni. Sikhona uvuka nawe simeke guys, make sure ukuthi mawuvuka ekseni uhlala umcimani futhi uhlala uhamba vele unayo nale energy ozongena ngayo kahle emsebenzini. Ngiyanibulisa phela khona lapha eThekwini. Today it's a beautiful day, it's sunny, and we have so many things that are going to be amazing for you throughout the show. And we always make sure that we always give you everything that you need to know. Singakhohli ne history class yethu masingena lapha sizomfundisa ukuthi kwenzakala namhlanje ngezinto ze-history, ukuthi what happened, what major events actually transpired for us to have this beautiful and glorious day that we currently have today. So right now I'm going to start off with your weather update. And on your first weather update in Johannesburg, we're starting off at 16 degrees Celsius, and then after that we're heading over to Cape Town, and Cape Town is standing at 22 degrees Celsius. Not forgetting eThekwini Simagu 24 degrees Celsius, and moving on to Pretoria, which is at 18 degrees Celsius, and also not forgetting Bloemfontein, and it's standing at 16 degrees Celsius. And then after that we're also going to be moving to Soweto, which is where Vooka Breakfast Show is based in Dobsonville, and we are standing at 18 degrees Celsius. And then also moving on to Khayelitsha, it's 21 degrees Celsius. Not forgetting ukuthi that's all for your weather update. Make sure that you guys are out there, dress warmly, dress for the sun, dress for the beautiful sky that we currently have, because isikhathi sokuthi umuntu akhiphe amahlombe, akhiphe izandla, abonisa abantu ukuthi yena umuhle, ugqoka kahle, futhi yena ubani umcimani. But obviously I am not traveling by myself. We always do have somebody who's going to help me along this beautiful journey that we have today in the morning. And today I am honored to be assisted by the one and only amazing Brother P.
Hey, Afri, what's popping, yo? What's popping, Vooka Nation? Good morning, happy Wednesday. It's that midweek slump, right? You're back from 2 days of working. Good to be back.
Yeah.
Good to have you back.
Yeah, man, it's good to be back, and thank God I still have my voice. Yeah, I still have a cough here and there, but now it's much more better. There is nothing I hate more than seasonal cold, because every single time when the weather changes, I am bound to have a cold, and I really do hope that, finally we'll actually have somebody in studio who'll be able to help me through this whole situation. And maybe you probably may even know that I'm not even the only person that's actually struggling out there with seasonal cold, but I do hope that everything goes perfectly for those week, because it's the Valentine's week. So what are your plans for Saturday?
There's this conference that we're attending. So
conference ka Valentine's.
Yeah. So we want to be better lovers. So we need to gather as men, so that we are able to teach each other how to navigate these waters of love. So I think it's a very special, it should be an ostentatious day where we take the time to reflect back, to see where we are and where we're headed in terms of love and relationships, so that the rest of the year we can give women love without having that one dedicated day. I mean, every day should be Valentine's, right?
Definitely.
So we'll be, gathered as men, talking about this, ways and strategies on how to put smiles on our people's faces. So, yeah, it'll be a good day. It'll be a good day. And then we should come back on Sunday, I believe. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Nazinda Bawela. Because I know one thing for me, Valentine's Day is basically just any other day for me because I never get gifts on Valentine's Day. Imagine.
Well, I mean, one could start giving gifts, right? So because the one that is blessed, right? So let me just borrow a page from the Bible, but the one that is blessed is the one that gives, right? So you could give someone something that's Valentine's. But another thing that's going to be happening, I'm not sure if it's tomorrow or Friday, Vooka Nation, we'll probably announce it on our social media, is that we will be going to a city bank. So the AIDS Health Foundation, they are doing a condom distribution, right? So they're distributing condoms because there's a rise in STIs, and also encouraging people to go out and test. So we will be there. I mean, this reminds me of something that we did last year as well, where we were at the Crystal Fountain Foundation. And, I mean, some of us did a HIV test live, right? But by live, I mean, okay, guys, yes, now I'm going in, but not actually showing the results. But, yeah, that's the whole thing, to encourage about, since it is the month of love. And, I mean, Valentine's is coming up on Saturday. So it's a good thing for one to know their status, right? That's that.
Going
Let's
back.
just have a bit of music there because it's feeling a bit dry. I mean, I like the sound of my voice.
So
much better. There we go.
We're going back to the whole idea of no glove, no love. Make sure that you also keep yourself safe, and including your family members. So yes, testing is very important, and I do know that one thing that also started this year was I think it's like the 6 months or 1 year HIV jab. So it's basically to prevent against the HIV. Instead of taking PrEP, because normally people take PrEP, which is pills to help prevent from HIV. So they also started a whole jab initiative. So for those who are just like tired of always taking PrEP in the morning,
you can inject yourself.
Yes, you can get an injection, it works similar to how PrEP works, except that for it you can. I'm just not sure about the duration of it, if it's like for 1 year or 6 months. But I do know that my clinic out in Maryland actually started with the jabs. It started sometime last week. I remember that I got a WhatsApp notification from a friend of mine in this other group that we're in, and she was letting people know that, girls, if you want to also go out and make sure that you're also prevented and secured from getting HIV, you can go to the clinic and get yourself that jab to prevent yourself from actually contracting HIV.
I mean, there's one way in which is 100% guaranteed from you not getting HIV. Just don't do it.
But if you're dating somebody, then
just don't do it, guys. Don't do it. Banetta says it live right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show. Just don't do it. I'm borrowing a page from Ucho. There's a new movie coming out, Joe. Looking forward to it. But just don't do it. Abstain is the best policy right here, right? But okay, jokes aside, if you have to, then sure, it's good to know that these things are there. But for me personally, guys, I don't want to take things, man, where, like, for example, I'm a PrEP, right? These are pills that you take every day as if you are that, like a chronic disease, right? I don't know, but this is just me. I don't know, guys. I honestly don't know. For
me, I would suggest that they take it. Remember that we have some unpredictable situations, and people also need to remember that you don't only contract HIV through sexual intercourse, but you also get it by maybe sometimes helping somebody who's bleeding. At that moment, you do not know their status. And if
But when last did you help someone that was bleeding?
I think it was around last year, actually.
Yeah,
this person just literally fell. They fell and they fell so hard.
So now you're gonna take PrEP, ne? Because you might just come into contact with someone that is bleeding and you need to help them. I think that's just a rare case, right? And in such cases, there is a PEP, and this is for post, right? So in case anything happens that's unforeseen, then you can also take a PEP, which should also address it if it happens after the fact. So I don't know. I mean, I'm just not a pill person, so I don't see myself popping pills. Maybe the jab, right? But then I also ask myself, what kind of lifestyle are you living for you to be taking PrEP? It's a question. I mean, look, guys, we're having an honest conversation here, right? What kind of a lifestyle would you be living for you to be taking a PrEP? Because it means either you don't trust your partner, or when you play for lots of teams. Look, I get it. There are sex workers out there, and I don't judge them, right? So for like in their case, like, look, they might say, look, I'm at risk of contracting HIV, right? So I feel like I should take a PrEP in order for me to protect myself. But I mean, yeah, either you don't trust your partner, or when yourself you are playing around. So yeah.
Yeah, but in the end, guys, and that's our 2 cents when it comes to the whole situation. But in the end, the answer or the decision always lies in your hands. It's up to you whether you condomize and stay safe, or you go and get the HIV injection jab, or you just take PrEP. But like I said, that's also up to you, and it's a decision that you will decide between you and your partner, or solely decide by yourself, just to make sure that you are extra careful and nice and safe out there in the world. Because let's be honest, life is pretty unpredictable, and you never know what might happen, especially also looking at the high accident rates that we're having out here in this country. So yes, prevention is definitely better than cure. So make sure that you get yourself all nice and safe while you still can, so that you're nice and secured for the future. So right now we're going to take a little short break, and then after that we're going to come back and also give you your picture of the day, news and sports headlines. Welcome back, and right now we're going to get you started with your news headlines. And on your first news headline, SAB's ad hoc committee to question Ramaphosa in writing. Parliament SAB's ad hoc committee has until Thursday to submit written questions to President Cyril Ramaphosa. The committee anonymously decided he will not testify orally but respond in writing, focusing on the formation and mandate of the now disbanded Political Killings Task Team. Chairperson Soviet Lekhanyane explained that since Ramaphosa appointed both the task team and its chairperson, members agreed he should provide answers in writing rather than appear before them. On your second news headlines, March demand emergency over illegal immigration. Civic movement March has urged government to declare a state of emergency over illegal immigration, citing communities infiltrated by Zamazamas and rising safety concerns. Founder Jacinta Ngobeze Zuma wants President Ramaphosa to deploy army to assist police in removing illegal foreigners, arguing the influx amounts to an invasion. The call follows incidents in Kagiso where residents fled intimidation by illegal miners, with the movement insisting stronger measures are needed as police struggle to contain the situation. On your third news headlines. Authorities deliver relief efforts after floods devastate KwaZulu-Natal. Floods, snow, and strong winds have battered KwaZulu-Natal, leaving families destitute and damaging homes. Relief efforts include soup kitchens, temporary shelters, and support from Home Affairs for lost documents. Disaster teams are assessing damage after incidents such as lightning fatality in Mzimkulu, hail damage in Herikwala, and block roads from Rockfall. Authorities stress safety, urging parents to keep children away from water and residents to avoid crossing low-lying bridges as drowning incidents rise. The priority remains restoring dignity and providing coordinated assistance to affected communities. Now we're going to head over to your sports headlines. And then our sports headlines are going to be read by Mr. B.
Thanks, Afroberry. Starting off with your first sporting headline, Serena listed as eligible to return on February 22nd. Serena Williams has been listed by the ITIA as eligible to return to tennis from 22nd February 2026. She rejoined the anti-doping testing pool last year, sparking speculation though she denied planning a comeback. Her last match was on 2022 at the US Open, and while fans are hopeful, she has not confirmed any return to the women's tour. On your next sporting news headline, Kaizer Chiefs calling Black Label unite in new commercial partnership. Kaizer Chiefs has partnered with Carling Black Label in a deal branded For the Fans. The collaboration unites two iconic South African institutions, focusing on supporter engagement through activations, campaigns, and match day experiences. While financial details remain undisclosed, both brands highlight their shared cultural impact and loyalty across generations. And on your last sporting news, SMSA steps up with upgraded ticketing system as FNB enters peak football period. SMSA debut its new #MyTicket system at last month's Kaizer Chiefs versus Golden Arrows clash, aiming to curb fraud and improve stadium access. Despite minor glitches, CEO Mr. Grobler said the test achieved its main goal, blocking fake tickets. The system introduces two scanning points and rotating QR codes to prevent cloning, ensuring safer, faster entry. SMSA believes this upgrade will stop thousands of unticketed fans from slipping through turnstiles, especially during high-demand fixtures like the Soweto Derby. So that's it for your sporting news this morning, and I'll dive straight into your financial information. And starting off with the US dollar, the rand is currently trading at 15 rands 96 cents against the US dollar. And against the British pound, we're looking at 21 rands 83 cents. The euro is currently standing at 18 rands 98 cents against the rand. And then heading over to the Japanese yen, it is at 10 cents this morning. Going down to the Australian dollar, it is 11 rands 28 cents this morning. And the Chinese yuan stands at 2 rands 31 cents. In terms of gold and commodities, for an ounce of gold, we're looking at 43,500 rands. And then with a barrel of Brent crude oil, it is 1,550 rands. And then if you're looking at purchasing one full Bitcoin, it'll cost you 1,250,000 rand. That's it on your financials this morning. Heading back to you, Afroberry.
Yes, guys, I hope you guys heard about those news updates, and we'll always aim to make sure that you guys know everything that is happening in and around the world, also including the markets, not forgetting the weather updates, sports, and obviously your news updates. So right now we're going to take a small break, and then after that we're going to come back with more and more and more.
It's gonna be worthwhile. Remember nights I cried, now we at the finish line. You was only 21 with a son on the run, no. You was living in the jungle. Got charged for a murder and some weed and a gun, no. You was moving like Rumbo. Did your time like a champ, never rumble. You was on the wrong path, you was young, though. You ain't never let it break you, stay humble. We see the light at the end end of the tunnel. I see the fire and the pain in my mama's eyes. I was just a little boy, I always wonder why. Cause you couldn't help raise me by her side. I was taught to speak the truth and never tell a lie. But I know you wasn't capable of homicide. You was just a real nigga, always down the ride. I thank God that he gave you a second time. You got caught up in the field, but you still alive. For the fam, yeah, I know you never jeopardized. All the time that you did it only made you wise. Collect call 30 seconds, yeah, I love you. Learned a lot of life lessons from my uncles. This a letter to my pops up top, and it's still fuck cops. I don't eat pork chops, no. ISO, we got the city on lock, it's going down, young jock, yeah. Then they put you on trial. I was just a young child. Gave you 25 to life, all these years gone by. And you never asked why. All you did was pray to God, all you did was waste your time. Now you about to come home, and I'm about to have a child. It's gonna be worthwhile, it's gonna be worthwhile. Remember nights I cried, now we at the finish line. All these trials, tribulation. All these trials, situations. Trials we be facing, times we was waiting. Now we at the finish line. Now we at the finish line. Damn near fell, got the call on my cell that my pops got robbed and he got shot up. I was working at SP.
Welcome back. You're making sure that you are energized for the day. Energized for the day, I tell you. What's good music? You cannot start your day without some proper good music. And always make sure that you start your day with some amazing music to keep you in touch and make sure that you're always on your A game. But right now, we are joined by the one and only son of Mother Nature. How you doing, sir?
Yeah, a very good morning to all of the Vooka Nation and the Durban Nights out there. It's a great, of course, Wednesday morning, and getting rid of the midweek slump is what we always do. And excited to what this day has for us. And I think since Monday, I've been counting down to the day of Valentine's, right? So we're only left with 3 days, ne? 3 days or 4 days? Yeah, 3 days.
Like who's counting?
3 days to Valentine. I mean, it's a culture, it's a tradition that I want to get back into in terms of celebrating days, celebrating, thanks to the Vooka Breakfast Show. We know of national celebration days. We know of days that we can also celebrate also. But yeah, more than anything, looking forward to what this beautiful Wednesday morning has for us.
Yeah, man, it's definitely something that somebody can look up to because we have an amazing daily dose of positivity for you, making sure that you're also well educated about other things in the world. Like Mo also said, we're also going to talk about their national days, which are days that people didn't know about, even us. Imagine if we never actually started national days, then we wouldn't know about the different days that are being celebrated on a yearly, daily, monthly, and weekly basis. And more, as you were also counting down the number of days towards Valentine's Day, let's also not forget that we are already 42 days into the year. Imagine 42 days into the year, and we're only left with 323 days before the year ends. And now we're officially in week 46. So we have 46 weeks remaining just before we say goodbye. 2026, hello 2027. The days are literally moving faster now. I think like now everything is starting to catch up, and it's also pushing a person to also push themselves to make sure that we also catch up on things that we have set out for this year, whether it's New Year's resolutions or it's plans that you generally just set out of the blue. I think now, because you officially know that it's already 42 days into the year and we have 323 days left, then you know what, I still have some days remaining before the year ends, but I definitely need to keep the hustle going and push for all the dreams that I've set for myself. Ooh, I have amazing news.
Yeah?
I have amazing news that I have to share. So,
you're not pregnant, are you?
Thunder fire you.
Aibo, it's not a bad thing.
I rebuke it.
It's good news.
It's not a bad thing.
I rebuke it.
You rebuke pregnancy.
The pain that I will feel.
Did you rebuke it like 5-6 years ago? Like what's the story?
I rebuked it after I gave birth to my child. I'm like, you know what, that you're gonna have to wait, because labor pains will show you flames.
No man, like pregnancy is a good thing. Like I want guys, I did like 6 kids, man.
it's a good thing, but the thing is that you guys are not the one giving birth to the kids.
Yeah,
so we're the ones going through the pain.
But we father them, so. But anyway, it's a discussion for another day. Sorry, you've got good news.
Yes, I have good news. The one and only Miss Berry Blaze is now an official model of SIMULCAST. So I got myself a brand association in Yanamole. And guess what? I am already there. And the picture's already done the social. So you see me there looking all sorted out because you know what? I am a bachelor for life.
Nice. Congratulations, Shaili.
Clap hands. We have virtual hands, guys.
Hey guys, we've got virtual hands. But congrats. So what kind of are your face model? Okay, what's this brand?
Okay, so SIMULCAST is a township-owned brand, but the offices the offices are located in Newtown Junction. So in Newtown Junction, there's a place called Bantu Kral. Bantu Kral is a creative hub for different fashion designers, local fashion designers. So they're all booked out like one area and bakazateli rent, and then Moeketsi, they all have different stands there. There's a one brand that I saw that we actually saw last year at the Rand show. It's called On Duty.
Is that the one you are with now?
No, it's not the one that I'm with. So the brand called On Duty is the one that we met at the Rain Show, and they're actually there. So the one that I'm with right now, their motto is style sama pantsula.
Okay.
So it's basically bringing
like your D-keys and
so it's basically bringing like your D-keys and stuff, but with a different twist. I'll send the pictures during the show so you guys can see how I look, because I look ghetto.
That's not a good thing.
No, I'm saying because of the pictures themselves, the way they turned out. I was going for get a fabulous look, and don't trust me, I rocked that look.
Pantsula.
I looked amazing. To such a point that when we were doing the shoot, I think it was 2 weeks back if I'm correct, when we were doing the shoot, I also even asked the owner of the brand, I'm like, you know what, you should play Mahasman for the videos when you finally post them, because the whole point is to show that as much as we are Pantsula for lives, we are staying true to the fact that we are from Soweto. We love and respect our heritage, and sometimes calling yourself a Pantsula does not necessarily mean that you go and rob people or anything like that. It just means that you're celebrating the heritage of where you come from, but in a much more classier and upscale way. So their designs are all about that. So it's basically itelela. You have your two-piece, basically almost like an overall two-piece, and then you have the telela dresses, you have itangari style going on there. So for me, it's a brand that I've always looked up to, and I set it out to the universe. I was like, you know what, I set this out I think 2 years back, that I will work for this brand and I will work with this brand, and the universe delivered.
So is there like a specific feature about you that like sort of stood out to Gucci? We like the fact that you so it brings back like Abashanti vibes, and it's like this Pantsula look will fit you, sporty and all of that. Yeah, they like that, and then I also like the fact that when I was wearing the telela, because they didn't have their hats on hand, I have this other hat by this other brand. It's an alcoholic brand, so it's a jean hat. So when I went there, so when I went there, I was wearing the hat, and then I asked them, where are your bucket hats? They said, no, we didn't bring the bucket hats to. I was like, you know what, I don't understand why you guys did not bring the bucket hats, because this telela just needs a bucket hat to top it off. And I convinced them somehow to feature the hat into the shoot. And if you see the pictures with the hat, no, we should definitely see the pictures. You know what? I'm going to send them through right now. I'm going to send them through on the break through the WhatsApp line. And then so the Vooka Nation could also have a view with them. And then when they also made me wear like a two-piece Tanzania vibe type of thing. And then they liked how I looked in it, because I was rocking like a tomboy look. And I looked amazing.
I mean, it's a very good thing, you know, to see a whole narrative of Soweto growing up into these brands. Because when we talk about being pantsola, because there's an incident that happened in Deep Kloof. There's these boys, they call themselves pantsola. So they go around, robbing people and of course tarnishing the name of what
Pantsola
is, right? So I think by the power of social media, by the power of models, they now redefine what is ipantsola. Understand? And I think when people start to see that, they're going to have a different perspective of what the whole thing about Soweto people growing up, the culture, the tradition of what they want to do in terms of changing what people have always had in their minds. So I think deals like this and brands like this, they just bring inspiration and motivation to a lot of people to keep on, inspiring others who are coming also.
Yes, and the main thing that also made me love working with them or want to work with them is the fact that they do not go with some brands here in South Africa. If you're not an influencer, if you're not well known in the social mainstream, then it's hard. It's very rare that they'll even select you. For them, they go for the authentic people who are basically not seen all the time.
Yeah,
but people
not on my NPC.
Not on my NPC. So they go for people who are not seen all the time, but people who are willing to go with them through the journey and redefining and explaining what ipantsola is and bringing back the true meaning of ipantsola. Because remember that ipantsola, they were known for what is dwal, number one. The attire, the gear, because as much as it was easy to find, but how you match them together, the clothes, the hat, the cap, the bag.
So what sneaker were you wearing?
It was not a brand. It was just basically me. I don't know sneakers. Me, I just wearing UmVangati as long as it's comfortable. So,
no, yeah, you know why I'm asking, right? Because with the pantsola culture, there's like a select sneakers, right, or tackies.
Like your Supega, All-Star. Unfortunately, my All-Star is like worn out. And for me...
Which one were you wearing?
No, I was wearing like a normal sneaker. Yeah, it's just a plain white sneaker. And for me, they also noticed that green was like my color of the day. So the two-piece was in green. I had my green socks on. I had my emerald green earrings, hoop earrings. And then, because I did 3 different outfits. There's another one that looks like a dress. That one, can I also be honest, that made me... It was giving me like... Thandiswa Mazwai kind of feels, because I felt like a queen in that. It's like a pantsola design, but I felt like a Kasi princess, a Kasi queen in that one. As soon as I started having it on top of my body, I even told me, like, do you understand the feeling that I get when I wear those clothes? For me, it's me embracing the Kasi princess that I am, meaning that I can switch in both sides. I can, as much as I'm from Soweto and from the hood, as people would say, but I'm also able to switch from that into something that's also classy and elegant. So the dress itself, the main design was Vele Ipantsola vibe, but the way it dripped gave it a bit of like an elegant touch. Wabona is Bujwanyana lapayala. So it made me feel amazing because I kept on twirling. So people are going to see videos of me on the scene for Instagram wearing the dress and just busy twirling around in it because I love the way it felt. And when it came to the delele, it reminded me of when once upon a time I used to dance a spantola. Yeah, now I lost my feet. I have 4 left feet now. But once upon a time I used to dance a spantola with a group.
A spantola like it's kanda or
like spantola straight like that, like proper pantsola. I used to dance with a dance group called Makaplan. So Makaplan, they are backup dancers for Ospikir.
I see.
So yeah, so they're the ones who taught us to dance spantola. So I would dance with them. That was like back in my primary school days, because I ventured in a whole lot of different dance styles growing up as a kid, except for ballet. Ain't nobody got time to stretch that long. So that's what I did. And it brought back that memories for me. I was like, you know what? It made me feel like I was basically back in my primary school days, still dancing spantola. It made me feel amazing. And when it came to the 2-piece, it reminded me of me when I went into my overall era. Because there's an era that I went through because I used to work at SAB. So, I used to work at SAP. I was like a machine operator. Hence I have safety boots because I work there.
So when you say machine, do you mean like that What do you call that vehicle, man? Like forklift?
No. So the company that I worked with, we were in charge of making sure that each and every single machine worked according to its function. So, for example, have the bottle machine.
The machine you pro.
Yes.
Wow.
So you have the bottle machine. We had to make sure that the machines did not have a problem. If the machine broke down, that's where we were called in. So we were outsourced from SAP.
So you're mechanic.
Contractors. Isn't like contractors?
No.
Because
like
Eskom
Yeah, we're
works with
contractors. So we were basically like overseers, and then you had the engineers from the company that make the machines, which are from Namibia in Windhoek. So the machines come from there. So they would also come into base. So we would basically compare notes. They would say, "Hi, machine didn't break because of this," and I would write would see. So SAB had SABC. So SAB had a company outsourced to basically fight off the rules that those guys wrote. Because sometimes banobeba no group SAB but machine ipulwe yibo yabantu base SAB hayi ukuthi bona imshini abinenkinga. So that's where we came in. So basically right at the same time we basically stop. Right ukuthi umshini stop at 10:15. And then if they got it wrong, it'd become a bit of a problem because we were standing at the same site at the same time. And then the machine also records the time. So if they recorded it incorrectly, they would be in trouble because, my guy, this is a machine that you guys did. So you're supposed to know how it is. So it's basically the machines, the bottles, machine that will close off the beers, machine that will pack all the Coronas into the 6-pack. So we basically had to monitor that. Why am I not half?
Yeah, because I've once had that, Mo. You know, you buy cider, man, while in the half.
You bought a half cider.
Yeah, no. It's Bushkuti. You don't see it at the time because it comes packaged, right?
Yeah.
It's a 6-pack, and then more fuel time money halfly, right? So it means Afri didn't do her job that day. That's why I got a half cider.
It depends on what
half a bottled ones.
Yeah, because we also had the same situation in Pretoria, where my aunt has this butcher. So every time I now understood, because I didn't understand, like, why would you, when they are, delivering or unpacking the stock, like she would be there counting everything like one by one. Because if you're not aware, if these delivery trucks come and to deliver your stock, most people don't check, and those guys are able to take some for themselves. Maybe you've bought like a Red Bull, I don't know, 100 and something, they can take for themselves. And then there was a time where she bought, a Dragon, and then she checked, she was picking up the cans and found out that 2 cans were empty inside.
So she knows the weight.
She knows, yeah. And the guys immediately bought my hammer, because sometimes what they do, they don't want to seem off like there's something wrong. They would stay and smoke, and have conversations so that you cannot suspect if they have stolen something and things like that. So yeah, every time when they deliver, she would say, "Please stay there. Let's go through the stock song." Okay. Then when you count, it's like, "Okay, guys, where are the 2 Red Bulls?" And then they'll go in the truck and say, "Hey, Macriza, sorry, man. We didn't see what we left the 2 at the back." Right? So, yeah, with the one layer of half, filling, the cans and everything, because it was Dragon. So it was a 6-pack, but 2 cans were empty. Isn't like there was nothing.
Sealed but empty.
That means that they definitely don't have an operator, because those machine operators literally check everything, even from the label placement, whether it's the Savannah label sitting correctly. If it's not sitting correctly, it's a problem for the machine. So they need to stop everything and basically find out where the problem was for the label not to even sit correctly. Why did one bottle not have a bottle cap? Why is the other bottle broken? But it just got into the machine. So those are things that they have to go through.
Yeah, it reminds me of our Lord and Savior.
Lord and Savior.
Yeah, of Jesus Christ.
What did he do?
The one that died on the cross. That guy, Jeezy. Jeezy, remember, Jeezy said that he would leave the 99 in pursuit of the 1. So operation has to stop. So if there's 1 lost sheep, he says he would leave the 99 in pursuit of that 1. So if there's something off, stop the machine, guys. We need to fix this one.
Yeah.
Right. So it's a good principle.
Yeah.
You know, speaking of principles, yesterday, guys, I was, driving to the mall and stuff, and then in front of me there was this car. And it's spare wheeling it, right? So I'm seeing it from behind, and I'm like, okay, I can see there's the normal tire on the right hand side, and then there's a spare wheel which looks like a scooter.
Yeah,
right.
Thin.
It's thin, right? So Pambili, obviously, it's the normal tire. So this car has 3 tires that are normal, and then there's that one spare wheel. And then it got me thinking, Uguti, what are some of these things that we have in our lives that we should balance, ne?
Yeah.
But we are born Uguti, man. There's that one thing in my life that is just hanging on a thread, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, cool. Spiritually, I think I'm grand.
Yeah.
Right. Family-wise, I think I'm okay. When it comes to mental health, I think I'm okay. But then I wondered, what's that one thing where I'm like, spare wheel.
Yeah.
And obviously, when driving with the spare wheel, you can't drive at the full speed.
Yes.
You can't add or drive the same way you would.
Exactly.
Yeah. So then I'm out there thinking with name, and I think this could be my finances. It's not that good.
Yeah.
Or it could be my love life.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm curious, guys. I'm curious. Let's just say there's 4 pillars in your life. 4 pillars. What's that one pillar? It's not that it's non-existent, but if I'm saying spare wheel, like and it's preventing you from moving at the speed that you should be moving at.
Yeah.
But then because of his spare wheel, right? And more especially if, well, it doesn't matter whether it's like a tire in front or a tire at the back, it does prevent you from traveling at speeds that you should. So what's that one thing in your life, that one pillar? I mean, I thought, I'm like, hey, dude, it's my finances.
Yeah.
And sometimes, even if it's your normal tire, you're born with name and lay for no punch. I mean, to add air in. Yeah.
It can also go to an extent of you having like 4 spare wheels, like all of like 4.
Oh,
thin.
Yeah, no, that's crazy. That's
it happens for most people.
Crazy.
Like it happens for most people because it's like everywhere. You are balancing. Trust me, guys. There are people who lag.
Okay, but
there are people who lag.
What you're saying is actually definitely true, because even for me, I don't think it's just one spare wheel. For me, it's 2. The other one is wobbling. The other one is flat. The one that's wobbling is basically my finances, because I'm on a jiggy, it's an upscale, and you see money is coming in, and actually, so for me, the wobbling one would definitely be my finances, and the one that's on a puncher, I would definitely say it's actually my love life. Funny enough, I love love, and I love being loved, and I love loving, but I also do have a problem of being fully in love, you would say. I think it's because I still let my past traumas overtake the whole situation when it comes to my love life. So hence, it's like a bit of a problem for me.
You don't want to commit.
I'm afraid of committing. I don't want to lie.
I mean, there are things that causes us not to commit, because if it's an external thing that happened to you, I mean, it's something that you can work on, right? Because the reason I say that other people, because guys, sometimes it's worse to a point that other people don't have wheels at all. We have seen cars, in our townships, on top of the bricks. Like your life is stagnant.
Yeah, it's true.
It's stagnant.
Yeah, no, I have.
You're definitely moving nowhere slowly.
I mean, some have wheels, but the shade.
Exactly.
But some.
The engine is fine.
Some Jongobush, it's on top of bricks.
Yes.
Even if we are push, what's fine. You're not going anywhere. At least the others, when I push you to let's get Usbali to a station and then inflate the tires.
Yeah.
Right? But but go on.
Yeah, but more than anything, with me personally, I feel like I'm still working on my engine. What really keeps the car going. Because if I'll focus on these 4 pillars. I know that if the engine is good, then it can balance off the 4 pillars. And I don't want to get stuck in the middle of traffic and now I'm stranded. I don't even know where to start, because one thing about, fixing this wheel, sometimes you don't even fix it well to a point that your car is so amatayra now has to be inflated with the same amount of air inside so that the car cannot look
wobbly.
So with that, I feel like when it comes to balance, I'm still working on the engine more than anything. The tires are still new, but the engine is something that I'm working on.
It's true, because kuna motor that can do short distance quite well, right?
Yeah.
And then there's cars that cannot go the full mile. Just turn it down a bit. Yeah. There's cars that can't go the full mile. So it's okay. Motor a local. You know it. You know. It's like, Pajaj can go the distance, right?
It can travel
but it travels at a slow distance, but it can. But there are cars where look, if you take this car outside a Soweto, it's not that it's not roadworthy. The engine is just not that good.
It's not.
It just has to be a gas.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then there are cars that have a spare wheel that looks like the normal wheels. So you've got a Jeep. A Jeep has a spare wheel that looks like the other tires. Where now you are flourishing in abundance. So whether you change one tire, it still looks the same. You just have resources reserved for days. Doesn't matter what it is, but you are well balanced. You've got a nice engine. I think that's the goal, Mo. That number one, you want to make sure that the engine is good, and you've got an ample supply. Even if you were to swap out anything, you do have, like, for example, something happens with savings, or something that requires money. You've got enough savings. So you change spare wheel, you're back on track. And then you lungisa that other one so that you can come back to a good state. So I just saw, okay, there's things I need to work on. I think my alignment of the wheels, like Zikrand, right? Because I've seen people where, like that video we once played where you've got this taxi, right? It's moving forward, but the body is slightly angled. You've seen that. Where
there's plenty of taxis like that in the township.
There are individuals or aspects in our life where we're just not aligned, right? And I thought about it. I'm like, okay, I think in terms of alignment, I am aligned. I am aligned. Got a good family support structure, Yonke. Personally, myself, I've got a good head above my shoulders. So I'm in a good state, but there's just a few things that I need to fix. And this is where the whole concept of balance comes in, where you're seeking happiness, but then we tend to classify happiness only through the means of finances. But obviously not forgetting that finances do afford you the ability to go to the botanical gardens on a random Wednesday morning, buy yourself some coffee, and then walk through the park. Finances allows you to do that, right? Because the other time I went to our local park, like Dorothy, I couldn't even walk there for, I couldn't even stay a full hour because it's bad. It's really bad, right? So I'm seeking that balance, and I'm asking the Vooka Nation, guys, I mean, taking the car analogy where you've got a spare wheel that doesn't look like the other tires. Maybe it's one aspect of your life that you would like to balance and find it cheap and have like the same tire, even if you were to experience an issue here and there. What's that one thing in your life that you would like to bring zen or balance to, right? So for me, definitely it is my finances, family-wise, relationship-wise. I think Lapo, I am good. Spiritual, I am good, because I do take the time to work on my spirituality as well. So yeah.
I think they also comes to a point whereby your priorities and the things that you want to work on, they put you in some kind of pressure. Because for me right now, I don't think financially I'm under pressure. One of the things right now that I need to work on is relationships, right? Friends, socially, you know, as myself personally, because I feel like building good relationship can also build a balance whereby even if I now don't have the spare tire, someone can lend me the spare tire.
Ah, dope.
You understand? So it's that point whereby when you work with other people and build relationships with other people, it improves, you know, so many aspects in your life. But I've had this idea because some people, and I think I've had this idea in me that yes, you can have making an analogy of a car with 4 wheels, but there are people who take it to an extent of, I want to have a life of a horse and trailer, because a truck has there's trucks that have 16 wheels, 18 wheels, right? And one of the thing is, it's a risk that you take in your life, because if you can just pay attention to those trucks, they only have 1 spare wheel. When you pay attention to by just looking at the truck, you will see 1 spare wheel. And it shows that if something happens to 4 wheels, you only have 1. Now you're going to be under pressure you're going to be stranded, of course, when it comes to replacing and having spare tires for other wheels. But it's an extent of saying, okay, I want to give myself challenges that I know that I will handle them, because you can't drive a truck where there's only taxis. A taxi driver cannot borrow you a spare tire of a taxi. You need to travel where
you're operating in a different league altogether.
Yeah, so it's also about operation, because some people, they operate where they're not even supposed to be operating.
So you're saying, speaking of my relationships and friendships, so you're a truck, ne?
Yeah.
And you befriend us. And we drive a 4-wheeled car.
Yeah.
Obviously, you can't come to me and say,
Yes.
a tire or something. You can't do that.
I can't do that.
So obviously, in terms of alignment,
yes,
no pun intended, but it also counts.
Yep.
Because there are friends where I can't call on this person. But, hey, man, this person
definitely
is my friend.
true, hey? Because one thing I've noticed about myself, I saw that very early on in life. Hence, I've kind of developed a certain habit of having friends in literally totally different circles. For me, I have friends in the world of finance. I'm not even in the world of finance, but I could learn from them. So for me, it's all about having different friends in different spaces who can basically give me different advisors from different places, because it differs, If I have a friend in the world of business, then they could help me open up my brain into a certain startup that I can open, a certain business that I never thought was actually possible that I could tap into. So hence I have friends in the world of business. If I have friends in the world of law, then I might learn about different types of laws that I actually never knew about or was never interested in, only to find out that those are laws that I can actually apply maybe on a daily basis. If I have friends who are in the world of beauty, for example, I'm female, there are beauty hacks that I can learn that I couldn't learn from some of my other friends, because they're not truly that versed when it comes to the world of beauty or different trends, or when it comes to beauty itself. So also having different friends in different circles allows you to also have a certain amount of balance, because let's be honest, sometimes having a friend that you grew up with in the hood, or a friend that you grew up with in high school, it's not going to give you the same value. There's some things that you've seen in life. There's some things that you would like to discuss, but because this friend is a friend serious, it's things that you cannot discuss them with. So now you need to have a friend who has that emotional stability, who has that bit of consciousness that will allow you to basically think beyond what you normally think about. So for me, having friends in different circles allowed me to basically have that kind of balance when it comes to the world of social class or social status. I have friends who are introverts, so I know when it's time for me to basically keep it hush and not say a single thing.
And borrow a spare wheel.
Yes. So I borrowed a spare wheel from them where I know which is sometimes some celebrations or some things need to be kept to yourself until a certain amount of time, because they've taught me that. I have friends who are extroverts. Why? It's not even official. Celebrate. Only for them to celebrate before it actually happened, and it becomes
so yeah, I mean, speaking of these friends, sometimes more you could be a small car, but you've befriended a truck or lemotoles that's able to pull other cars. So sometimes you don't need a spare wheel, you just need a powerful car.
Exactly.
Nobagule, these what do you call these lemotoles? Those tow trucks, right? I think don't just get me by. You don't need to borrow me a spare wheel, but just get me by. Or you get the ones that are comfortable enough. It's a tow truck, but then ukibela pesguayo, right? So relationships, I agree.
And also there are some aspects of our lives where we feel like, as much as I've built those relationships, I now become dependent too much on those people. And I feel like each and every time when my tire bursts, they're going to lend me a tire. So I'll go on and drift my car, finish all the tires, because I know, that someone is going to help me, whether it's financially, there are people who get, chances in life.
Dependent.
Yeah, they become dependent because they know maybe if every time when I go through a breakup, there's a friend that is going to give me good advices, who's going to be by me, support me. And now life throws like chances and opportunities to you, and you misuse those opportunities. There are people who play with those chances because now they've built relationships. They know that there's someone who's going to help me. It's fine, man. Let me just play or lose my job, willingly. I know that I have a support system at home. I have a wife that's working. Surely she's going to take care of me and those kind of things. So it's also upon us when now we get the opportunity to express, those responsibilities, we become irresponsible out of the blue. So
you can borrow a spare wheel, but as soon as you return it, try and get a spare wheel so that Sasa, it's not the same story, right?
Learning how to be independent in a world of dependency.
Well, I think in this case we're talking about interdependency, right? Where we are codependent because challenges will come. But if you have built relationships, you've got a nice camaraderie around you, then absolutely when time comes and you are distressed or anything, then sure, you will get the help and also give the help as well. Right? So Jombi Valentine's is coming up. You can't be on the receiving end in Jan. Do something.
Exactly.
It doesn't have to be something that you buy. But even if it's like that breakfast in bed or just do something. Because I know people that love being on the receiving end.
Yes.
Hence, Sasa, when someone steps away, it's like, I can't borrow you my spare wheel because Nami, I need it. Right? And I mean, imagine trying to borrow money from someone's savings because they've got savings. That's their spare wheel. Right? So, in terms of me, what I'm taking away is, look, I need to build my spare wheel, manje, so that I've got enough buffer in case anything happens. Sure, because I've got relationships, I may ask for help there and there, but the goal is to become independent in this case. But not to which I'm pushing people away. Interdependency, of course. But that's the takeaway from me.
And lastly, we as people, we do become like jalo pikas, like ikorokoro. Because I know ikorokoro is ni. Like you become iskorokoro somebody. You don't take care of your health. You understand? You don't take care of yourself, and you always, expect people to borrow you parts. Not even will. Sometimes it's even parts. Like, why would I borrow you a spark plug and things like that? So it goes to an extent that, people sometimes they just need to. You understand? So it's always the case. It's always the case, and those friendships sometimes we need to, because it's a conversation that I've once had with my friends, that sometimes if I come to you, I think it'll also help me to build resilience. Like, starve me the help, say that you can't help me. That also will push me to do something and go out and look for help somewhere else, because there are people who are so dependent on being helped by one person to a point that when that one person disappoints them, it's over. Like, I don't have any other options. So we need some time to starve each other those, the help that people need from us. But time right now is 7 minutes past 8, and we see that some of the comments came through right there. Starting off with Ms. Mookie saying, wow, happy to see Afri back.
Hey, mama.
All right, then she comes through again saying a very good morning, Vooka team, Vooka Nation, and Underground Radio DB and team. Hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. Hashtag Sivugile on a lovely, kind of cool Wednesday morning. Hashtag Happy Blessed Wednesday. Take care and stay safe. And then Z comes through saying good morning. Good morning, Z. Wonderful team, Vooka family and Devon Nights. A happy midweek, Sivugile, and feeling blessed. Hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. Wishing you all blessed and amazing day ahead, filled with so much opportunities, and happy episode 217th. And then we have TK coming through saying good morning, Vooka Matle and team Sivugile on a sunny Wednesday morning. Hope you are all well. Hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. And then Ms. Tembimne comes through once again saying congratulations, Efri, speaking about the deal that you have, of course. Yeah. Then Miss Q Rams comes through saying good morning, Vooka Nation, happy Wednesday, or rather Wednesday.
Janet, is it raining?
I don't know.
So I normally have this joke where I would literally pronounce it how it's written.
Yeah, Wednesday.
Wednesday, yeah. Sorry, is it wet?
Yeah, it's
It's
wetness. Wet.
Or maybe it's just how other people talk.
Yeah, wetness.
Wednesday. Or they don't know Guti. The D is silent. I don't know what that Wednesday. All right. But happy Wednesday, Miss Q.
Yeah. So what you're gonna do right now is take a short break, and then when we come back, of course, we're going to give you like a news recap of some of the news that you missed when we opened the show. So see you after this short break. Don't switch the dial.
Yes, sir.
'Cause I noticed we came to a pavement that crumbles. It's just a merry-go-round. I don't think it's you. Might be me. There's just so many things going on. But when I'm with you, it feels so new. 'Cause I'm on a secret. I'm all alone. I don't think it's you. Might be me. There's just so many things going on. So many things I'm with you. Yeah. It feels so new. I'm on a secret. Right here. I'm all alone, falling. Delilah, why you wanna bring me so? Delilah, why you wanna bring me so? I can tell you've been mixing from the sign you've been given. Ain't so dangerous. Haven't you played enough? Don't want me straight enough. Don't want me waking up. Fine girl, she want me. Give her my love, only. Till my love, she want me. She do me that, she do me. Fine girl, she want me. Give her my love, only. Till my love, she want me. She do me that, she do me. Delilah, why you wanna bring me so? Delilah, why you wanna bring me so? Delilah, why you wanna bring me so?
fly, come land on me. Go do, go dance. Take time, take chance. Unwind, make plans on me. Come fly, come land on me. Go do, go dance. Take time, take chance. Unwind, make plans on me. Come fly, come land on me. Go do, go dance. Take time, take chance. Unwind, make plans on me. Come fly, come land on me. Delilah.
At me, I don't know what happened. Guess we weren't meant to be. I know we had problems. I thought we could fix them, but we got tired. There's nothing like goodbye and try to move on. I'll get over you. Only wish that I knew how to go on. Baby, you and me, we're so messed up together. Stuck here forever. I don't understand right now how to make it through, but I'll get over you. And it's not like I'm gonna hate you. It's what it is, nothing left that we could do. Even though it hurts right now, we will make it through. I'll get over you. I'll get over you. Back when I met you, we were like fireworks. Thought nothing could break us, but oh how we got burned. Look at us now, we scream, we fight, and no one knows the reason. We're both getting out of line. Now say goodbye and try to move on. I'll get over you, only wish that I knew how to go on. Together, even if we tried, we'd be stuck here forever. I don't understand right now how to make it through, but I'll get over you. And it's not like I'm gonna hate you. It's what it is, nothing left that we could do. Even though it hurts right now, we will make it through. I'll get over you. I'll get over you. Something that we both know couldn't work, so we should try to say goodbye.
Welcome back, Vooka Nation. Thank you very much for staying with us and making sure that we give you your daily dose of positivity, obviously to give you that fresh, energetic start to your day. And speaking of which, I did promise you that I'm going to show you the pictures from the shoot, and the pictures are here. I don't know if you can show the screen over there for the NDI. Okay. So while we're still busy with that one, guys, we're going to show you some amazing pictures of what we did.
Just below Afriberry there.
Yes. No.
Where you change the scenes?
Below her. There we go.
Yes. So this is the first picture. And over here, you can see the different ladies with the different styles here. So that's me with the green overall, two-piece overall over there. And then they had like a red overall over there with for the Valentine's Day theme. And then this is the pinky dress that everybody likes. And this is the team dress. So it's pretty amazing. Hey, it was pretty fantastic. So this is the overall look that they liked. This is my tomboy look, my Tsotsifantuka look.
Tsotsi. Why? Guys, we need to find other ways.
Okay, so this is my Get Fabulous look. And I was also having a green slushy, so I paired off my look with a green slushy, besides the emerald green earrings that I had on, as you can see. So this is...
can I say something? Can I say something? Personally, I don't feel like ghetto people look this way. This is more of classic people, because there are different places and countries around the world that have made ghetto look so classic. Because back in the days in Birmingham, gangsters used to wear like proper suits. They would wear suits. Nowadays, ghetto people are dirty, guys. Like ghetto guys.
It's lost its class.
They're dirty. It has lost its class. So this is more like, classical, vintage wise. I personally think it should be like that, because if you go outside of Soweto and say you are ghetto, you will be in deep problems. So we need to kind of like redefine.
The framing.
Redefine.
Okay, well, I was sponsolified. Here's another picture here. So this lady, her name is Catface.
Catface.
Yeah, that's her nickname, because she's also a singer, and she also works for a radio station. I just forgot the radio station that she works for. It's K something. So this is Catface. If you saw, me and her actually met for the first time that day. Mara, the way we clicked, you would saw that we've known each other for like a very long time. And then here's another look. This is me with the Delela. So hence I inputted the whole hat in there, and this is the princess dress that I was talking about. The one that made me twirl and feel like a princess. So this is the dress that I liked. It was pretty awesome, man. For me, it gave out a whole like Tanyisa Mazwai vibe to it. So I loved it very much. And then over here we have another guy. So he's also a model for the brand. And then here he's wearing the pants. So these are the pants of the brand. And he was actually wearing the cap too. The cap is from the brand. You just can see the brand or the brand mark of it, but the cap is also from the brand. And then we also did like a family photo shoot. So this photo shoot was actually done with his son and me. So
you guys are a family.
No, the whole point was to also show that it's also a family brand. So it's not only designing for adults, but they also do design for kids. So this is like a mixed match Delela for the kiddies. So plus we were all like wearing like navy blue. So hence they were like, you know what? Let's just do it like a family theme style photo shoot. Sorry
to interject. Sometimes one of the things that I always ask myself is where like some of the names derive from, because Delela, I'm still trying to understand where is Delela coming from, because Delela in Zulu means like you are
disrespectful,
like we are Delela. So people who were disrespectful, were they wearing that outfit to a point that it's called a Delela? Every time when you're wearing the outfit, it's like we are Delela, or there's a historical significance of the outfit.
In all honesty, I've never actually done proper like research into the name of why it's actually even called a Delela. The same goes for that old dress that Sarafina would wear in the movie. Dangari. Like, where does the word dangari even come from? What's dangari? I've never actually fully done any proper research into it. And I think you've like raised something that's pretty interesting, because some of these words are basically things that we find they've just been named, like skete buruku. Why would you decide to name it as skete buruku? Because at the back it's a pants, at the front it looks like a skirt. This kind of situation.
That one makes sense, because it looks like skatable.
Yeah, skirt and trouser.
Yeah,
it looks like a skete buruku. But in all honesty, I've never actually fully done my research into where does even Delela come from, or why.
Some of these words, especially if you look at the etymology of where they come from, it's like, oh man, this thing makes sense.
Yeah,
right, makes sense.
Yeah, we just hope so. But right now I'm just doing like a deep dive to see where does the word Delela come from. It shows me a whole different name. It's Delela, but it's Delilah. Yeah. So it shows that it has
this one needs time.
It has its own. Because I literally went to Google. I'm like, where does the name Delela come from?
And you see, I keep telling people, guys, remember on Google, anything that you find on Google was written and uploaded by someone. So some of this knowledge or wisdom, it's stuff that you can only find on the ground, talking to people. It's not on Google.
Yeah.
But because of Sendofaya, because that's also like one of the homes of Amapanzula. I'm sure if you speak with the Bukhrotman or Angeli, they'll tell you, Neman, Itelela comes from so and so and so. And it's not on Google.
Yeah.
Right? It's not.
Yeah. Some of the information that is, stored. Because I remember Joshua was speaking about how, the library of black people is, in their minds. Right? Yeah. So people came. I mean, he said white people, brought a building and, built a library. But for most black people, like, you needed to store something in your mind in order for you, to remember what it is, right? But yeah, as promised, it's 23 minutes past 8. Let us take you some of the news recap that you missed when we opened the show. On your first news recap, SAPS ad hoc committee to question Ramaphosa in writing. What happened is Parliament's SAPS ad hoc committee will submit written questions to President Cyril Ramaphosa by Thursday instead of calling him to testify in person. The questions related to the creation and the mandate of the political killings task team, which has since been disbanded. Chairperson Soviet Lekhanyane said members agreed that as the appointing authority, Ramaphosa should respond in writing. What's next is Ramaphosa's responses will be reviewed by the committee, and his answers could influence further parliamentary actions and around political killings investigation. On your second news recap, March and March demand emergency over illegal immigration. What's happening is the March and March movement has called for a state of emergency over illegal immigration. Founder Jacinta Ngobese Zuma claims the communities are under threat from Zamazamas and criminal syndicates, particularly in Kagiso. The group wants army deployment to support SAPS, arguing police capacity is overstretched. What's next is the government has not responded to the call, and tensions may rise as communities demand tougher enforcement. Lastly, on your news recap, authorities deliver relief after KZN floods. What happened is KwaZulu-Natal authorities are rolling out emergency relief after floods, snow and strong winds displaced families. Incidents include a lightning fatality, hail damage to homes, road closures, and rising drownings. Support includes temporary shelters, food relief, and home affairs assistance for lost documents. What's next is damage assessments continue, and authorities urge residents to avoid flood-prone areas as recovery efforts intensify. That's all for your news recap. If there are any development, we will let you know what is happening. But for now, you can use hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show or send us your voice note on 060-493-3226.
Yeah, man, don't forget to send us your voice notes and also send us a text on our comment section so we can hear what's happening and how are you doing on this wonderful Wednesday, because we also want to keep you updated and also know what's happening in your life, because there is nothing more amazing than actually knowing some of that. And then when you also come to different things that we could be celebrating today, we would be celebrating World Day of the Sick, or World Day of the Sick. So basically, World Day of the Sick is observed annually on February the 11th, and it was instituted by Pope John Paul in 1992 to highlight compassion and care for those suffering from illness. Coinciding with the feast of Our Lady of Lourdes, it emphasizes prayer, solidarity, and practical support for the sick and their caregivers. The day encourages communities to recognize dignity in healthcare, engage in acts of charity, and foster empathy, reminding the faithful to see Christ in those who suffer and to respond with love and concrete gestures of support.
Have you ever taken care of someone who's sick?
Yeah, that happened back in 2007. My grandmother, she's the third born from my maternal grandmother's side. So she was the third born. I remember taking care of her was not easy, because she was out of all my grandmothers besides my mother's mother, she was like the one that I was mostly close to. I remember growing up as a kid, her and my grandmother had a fight because she wanted to raise me as her own child. And my grandmother was not having none of that. She wanted to basically kidnap me from my grandmother and raise me. And losing her was probably one of the worst days of my life. It was probably one of the biggest losses that I've ever suffered, including even today. It's not easy because, for example, the songs that still remind me of her, like your Humasikela featuring Tani Samazwai, Tanai, Humasikela Kauleza, because I knew when we got to Sebokeng at our house, you would hear that she had a huge sound system. So to welcome us, she would always play Humasikela. So approaching at the corner with the vehicles, you'd hear with the sound, you'd say, Christina is awake and Christina is just ready to receive us. So it's not easy, hey? It's not.
It is. Can you please turn the music down a little bit? Yes. It is not easy because I think with my own experience, taking care of my mom, because I think it was 2 years, if I'm not mistaken, like it really tests you. Like it tests you mentally, physically, psychologically, because when people also get sick, one of the things that a doctor explained to me is they also change psychologically, because now if they force themselves to become healed, there are things that they will do, right? Because if you are feeling healthy for like 2 hours, they're going to feel like, okay, now I think I'm back to my normal health. Can you please buy me a McDonald's, a KFC? And you know that it's a journey. You need to feel like you have healed for quite some time, because that is what medication do for a lot of people. It helps you and give you a hope of this is how you can feel if you keep on taking care of yourself, right? But now if someone is not going to get that, like, it's easy to also lose your mind. That's why I don't know, but for people who are taking care of sick people in hospitals, hospice and things like that, like you need to sit down with them and have a conversation with them. Like you would hear that, yes, things they go through.
It's a calling, Mo.
Yeah.
It's a calling. That's why there's questions around your caregivers and caretakers. I mean, if you're doing this for money to survive, sure, you need income, but it's a calling for those that do it on a daily basis, of which I don't have much of that experience. I had Mamnanwami, but then she was sick in jail from birth, right? So, so Bogumun to that required that attention and all of that. And I remember there was a time like Slale Rumenelu once, okay. But since I've known her, she's been someone that needs attention. You're right when you say it's a different story altogether when you're used to someone being okay, and then they transition. You also take on that transitioning as well. So I think days like this, it's sort of a reminder that also be kind and patient to for them and for yourself as the caregiver as well, right? And John Shuguti, when you see that you are becoming better, just walk the full course, because it's something that I'm also prone to do, where I would take medication and when I start feeling well, I would then stop altogether, right? And something that we need to, well, at least I need to change. But grace, patience, love, that's just one of the ingredients that we don't add over and above medication. So just be graceful, be patient, and love.
And because the day is highlighting compassion for care for those suffering from illness, we don't need to forget that there are different illnesses, right? There's mental illness, right? There's physical illness. So just by going through and seeing someone who's suffering and offering to help them, it can also, help you in some way. Because I've also learned through my mom that taking care of your health is one of the most important things. If you take care of someone, you're going to learn that you won't take the same route they've also taken. So you're going to do things in a more better way and broader way with so much education.
Absolutely.
And you would also want to, enhance and go out and stretch the level of the education that you get for yourself and for the people that you want to take care of. But yeah, World Day of the Sick. Very interesting. Very interesting.
I mean, it is a pretty interesting day. And Mo, I just want to ask you something. Do you enjoy being single?
Do I enjoy being single?
Yeah.
I mean,
Are you
yeah,
satisfied with being single?
most days I am. I wouldn't say maybe for like 2 days I feel okay, and then for the rest of 5 days I feel miserable or terrible. Most days I do feel good, because personally I feel like relationships also can take a lot away from you, the growth that you need by yourself. Because there are people, as we mentioned, that there are people that they like, people who always want to receive. Tell me you love me, give me your love, without reciprocating the same love. But yeah, some days, man, because they'll say, good, hey, you are a man. But yeah, hey, some days it's tough, guys. Hey, that's why people have these little things going on outside with other people, right? But yeah, most days I'm happy single, guys. I'm a happiest man. I might be lying, but of course, people don't need to know the truth. So yeah, I'm happy.
Single and happy, not ready to mingle.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I think a whole lot of other people be celebrating that day with you, because today we are celebrating Satisfied Staying Single Day. Now, Satisfied Staying Single Day is celebrated on February the 11th, which honors independence and self-love by encouraging people to embrace singlehood without stigma. It's a reminder that happiness doesn't depend on romantic relationships, but can be found in personal growth, friendships, and pursuing passions. The day promotes confidence, fulfillment, and the idea that being single is a valid and empowering lifestyle choice.
Yeah.
It's nonsense.
Well,
Amanda, to you, Mo.
Well, the thing is, these days, staying single, and then after 3 days, it's Valentine's, you need to be with your partner. Like, they don't make sense. But I think people need to understand that this is the month of love. Not to say you need to love the next person. Also love yourself. On Valentine's Day, take yourself out. Buy yourself flowers. Buy yourself chocolate.
Yeah.
Buy yourself good things. Right? Because there's a guy right now who's stressing in terms of what is it that he's going to buy, and he's not going to even get anything in return. Right? So I feel like if we can educate each other in terms of, okay, what do these things mean? I mean, being single doesn't mean, hey, you are scared of girls, you're scared of boys, you're scared of going out and meeting other people out there. It's personal growth that you need to go through as someone, because there are people who cannot go through, the personal growth by themselves. They always need someone to be there so that they can grow. Right?
Absolutely,
So yeah. Let's stay single.
Question is, a large majority of people, are they single because of they want to be single, or is it a response to, could be a traumatic event, or they just came out of a relationship, or they're not looking for drama, but genuinely saying, look, if I were to find someone, manje, I would absolutely, jump on a relationship. Or are they single because, they've gone through the most?
Yeah.
It differs for different people, hey? It does differ. And especially for most people who've literally been through the most, you'd find that being single for them gives them a time to actually reevaluate their life and see that, what am I without being loved? Am I a person who can fully function without a relationship in hand? Because some people are afraid of being single. And immediately after being dumped today, trust me, by next week they have another person. Because
What's the longest you've been single?
I think the longest I've been single was probably a year. Yeah, that was the longest that I've been single. And for me, I just need a break. Yeah, I had a fling, but it was not serious. So for me, it...
what?
Eh?
No, so what I mean single is, I don't mean mingling. I mean being single.
Single.
Single was
Not
a
looking.
year, and then single with mingling was 6 months. It happened after another relationship that failed. Yeah, but the
Because-
longest that I
because-
stayed was like a year.
Because here we're saying satisfied, staying
staying single.
single. Satisfied, staying single. So some of the cases would be, hey, I'm in school, so I just want to finish my schooling first, and then I'm satisfied because I know this is what I'm doing. Right? Yeah. So I don't remember when I was single, guys.
You've been in and out of relationships.
Yeah, like
What's the longest have you ever been single?
maybe 6 months.
6 months.
Yeah, but that's like one occurrence.
Yeah.
After Lapo, it's like
Yeah, because I think also the satisfying, being single, it's not to say you are on a journey. It's when you get an opportunity to date someone who is amazing and you are satisfied by staying single, and then you reject the person. Because I feel that's where this thing is going, because now you are satisfied with everything. Like, I'm single and I want to stay single for as long as I don't know how many years. I mean, people stay single for a reason, as you mentioned. It's traumatic experiences. You never had like a good experience when it comes to a relationship with a lot of people out there. So you are not satisfied by staying that single. If you have just gotten out of a relationship, you are not satisfied being single. Like you always, or you are looking forward to having a partner. If you're not looking forward to having a partner, that's when you become satisfied, because it doesn't feel wrong.
Absolutely.
There are people who feel like it's wrong to be single.
Yeah, because if you accept love or a pass from someone that's not your ideal partner, it means you're not satisfied. You're not. Like let's be honest about it. Where when you just take someone and that's not your
You
ideal.
make do with what you have.
Yeah, so it means you were never satisfied being single.
Yeah.
Right? And also, if you claim to be satisfied being single, even if the so-called right person comes through, you'd be like, wait, I'm not in a rush, I'm not in a hurry, I'm just enjoying myself.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, kudos to everyone that is single and happy, but also being satisfied that they are single. So today, we are celebrating you in your singleness.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? Happy single day, happy singleton, happy being satisfied.
Are you single?
I'm not single.
Oh, okay.
What are
you
you?
guys know? Mara, you guys?
We don't know.
I'm in a relationship. Mo has said it a number of times that he is single. What about you, Afri?
I'm not single.
You're dating.
Why are you shocked? It's
No,
like
answer.
No, I'm asking you.
It's
You
a
are
question.
dating.
yes,
Oh, okay.
I am.
Are you happy?
Are you happy?
No,
You're not happy.
I'm not laughing.
I can't lie,
I'm not laughing.
Wait.
and I expressed the fact that I'm not happy.
Are you happy when
Mina?
Yeah.
Yeah.
As an individual.
As an individual, I'm happy.
Then why stick in a relationship that's not making you happy?
It's your mistake.
Okay,
So
cool.
you guys
No, for
think-
me, it's
Now
like
that you know
I'm
it's a
sticking
mistake.
in it because it's basically little things that have a space of a chance of changing. So it's not. I'm not happy because it's something that it cannot be solved, or something that cannot be changed or altered into something different that can bring, good results.
It's like if your partner drinks a lot, né? So you're saying it's okay, cool. This is something that we can solve and fix, and then we go back to our happy mode. Okay, cool. Yeah, maybe one day, man, you'll show us pictures, because you did say when Oguti you don't like
People in my private life.
right in your private life. Okay, cool.
No, but as you are someone who is, in the public space and doing, being in front of the cam, I think also you are a teacher to people, because I think as someone who's watching, I deserve to know why you are happy and what can I learn from you, because there's someone who's watching and looking up to you and say, whatever that you're going through, maybe I can take something and apply it in my own life to say, hey man, shoot, I've been going through the same thing and I relate to what you're saying.
Yeah,
And
so-
I can take some key points and key factors of what you've just said and use it and apply them in my own life.
Well, for me, keeping my private life out of the public eye is good because I don't have many coaches whispering in my ear. That's what some people, I noticed for me that before when I was dating, I'd always broadcast, my person. And for some weird reason, you are loud, especially when you go out. One thing that I've noticed is that us as female, we like receiving dating advice, and sometimes it just becomes too much because now you have a lot of people whispering in your ear. You should be doing this, do this, do this, do that. Sometimes it's all about you sitting down and figuring out what's best, what works best for you in a relationship. It's not necessarily a must for you to have everybody tell you what you do in your relationship, because in the end, mina ngizokutshela ukuthi wena ujole kanjani kodwa manje ujola nikho nithu mina ngikho uzomamela umuntu ongekho lapha
No, I mean, look, that's different. Like I can publicly say, okay, guys, this is my person, but it doesn't mean I have to take advice.
Yeah,
I don't come to you and say, like, for example, but you don't come and give me dating advice, right? So we're just saying, look, just come out and say, look, guys, this is my person.
Yeah.
So that when we see you with someone, unless what?
That's how reliable we are.
Do you know why?
We don't.
Do you know why? Because me and him, we have set our own boundaries. That our love life is literally our love life. We have mutual friends who know that we are dating, but abangeni ndawo bayazi ukuthi mama ngithola or bangibona hello iphelela lapho. So what I'm saying is that sometimes you need to have certain boundaries in your life. My private life should stay my private life. I don't want to end up like your Beyonce. No, Jay-Z wenza kanje. That's why for me, I believe.
Let me ask, I've got some intel about your partner. You don't want to know.
I'll sniff it out. Don't worry. I have my own ways of finding out.
Wait, Afro. Wait.
I cannot be detective.
You can be, but like I've got something that's damaging about your partner that I think you should know. Are you saying you're gonna be Mario and say I don't want to know? Really?
Yeah.
Why you don't want to know?
Nah, guys, I'm sorry though. I'm sorry.
Yes.
But why don't you want to know? Something that's really damaging.
I'll find it out eventually. In my own terms. That's the thing. For me, I feel like, putting out your private life out there. For example, putting out your private life out there allows for so many people to think that they have a say. And you do not have a say.
It's not about putting it out there. What I'm saying is, I need to you said people in your close circles, right? So someone has information about your partner.
That can help you.
They can help you. Wouldn't you want to know?
The point is, help me do what exactly?
Save you.
And then remember that
save
sometimes...
you. Because I want to mansion, like, this AIDS health thing that we're doing either Thursday or Friday. Something that can save you, Afri. Can save you. Wouldn't you want to know?
You see, here's the thing, The problem is that sometimes what you want to tell me may be much more damaging to our relationship than you trying to save or salvage what we have. Remember that? No, let me finish. Let me finish. Let me finish.
Okay, but before you finish, I care about you, not the relationship. I don't want to save the relationship.
I get that. But one thing you must also remember is that not everybody's going to be happy seeing you in a happy relationship. And some people knowing very well that it happened some things literally need to stay in the past. Knowing very well that it's something that happened in the past and maybe that person has changed from what I'm making an example.
Past, it's happening now.
Ooh,
like last night.
So I think maybe some people will take it into an extent of making an example about maybe he's dating someone out. But let's say your partner is selling drugs and there is a drug bust that is going to happen and you will be there. Of course, when you are there, you're going to be arrested. You're going also to be arrested as an acquaintance or someone who is, held in possession of those drugs. We know the information and in order for us to help you, we need to tell you. So I'm saying we are asking if can we come and tell you if such things can happen to save you?
If
so
it's
that
a
you
saving
cannot-
grace, then yeah. But what I'm also trying to say, to point out, is the fact that sometimes people have a way of twisting events, especially if I was not there personally. Some people may twist it to seem super bad, like to literally exaggerate what happened. Yes, whatever might have happened, maybe bati mutwako shapile mo, cause mo is again an example.
Yeah,
You must. What I'm trying to point out is the fact that sometimes you also, as a person, if you also do not have the correct mindset of also doing your own research and fully investigating what actually happened on the day of the events that actually occurred, you may be easily misled to believe something that was falsely altered to
Sure.
fit their agenda.
Sure,
So
but initially the question was, if there's damaging information, that's what I said. Ukuthi usibani nenhloko enkulu bamshayile, okay, fede. What I asked was damaging information. Wouldn't you want to know?
yeah, I would know.
Oh, you would.
Yeah, I would want to know. I mean.
I mean, also we are coming from an angle of not promoting people on being in relationships where they are not happy. Right, we all need to be in relationships where we feel happy. And when I tell people that I'm in a relationship, oh guys, I'm happy, to a point that whenever they see me, it's like, oh, Mo or Afri, they're in a happy relationship. We are so happy for them. There are so many people who love seeing other people in relationships because they will also want to see themselves in, you know, those kind of relationships. So I think it's coming also from that angle also to say, let's condone the right things. Because I can't say, guys, I'm in an abusive relationship and I can't leave. People want to know why you can't leave. Why you can't leave. Because you know that we are having a pandemic in our country and it's for safety reason also. One of the things, as much as you can keep your relationship private, there's nothing that is 100% private, guys. Like, you can lie to yourself. There is nothing that is 100% right. People will know. And if we want the information, it's just so that we cannot get so much access to you. Because if I ask you, like, okay, no, everything with me is private, people are going to be, having like suspicions and become curious. Because we know that there are people like that. Sometimes it's to give what people want, whatever that they're asking. But
sometimes
I think
you just need to give them a need-to-know basis, not each and every single detail.
Exactly.
But you see, if we were to flip the script, Lana, where you know something about a friend of yours that's in a relationship, ne? So since you prefer keeping your life private, and that's good, would you then have the same approach? You would look, la angizingeni, but you've just found out damaging information. Would you have that thing of angizingeni?
If it's not gonna be okay.
So let me start over. Damaging information, ne? Of a friend of yours, right? So you prefer your life being private. Hence, you also like to treat other people's lives as private as well. So you find out or you discover damaging information. Uguti, I don't know, doesn't matter. Would you tell your friend, or would you be like, nah, because I'm private, let me let go of this thing and be private as well?
If she's open to sharing, like for example, the other reason why
Remember, she doesn't know.
Okay, let me finish this. When I keep it private or I stay out of other people's business, it depends on how she's sharing. There's some people who do not mind sharing, then yes, then I would feel the need to tell her about whatever damaging things are. And there are literally some people like, the people who are like that, and then that's when I would probably say, maybe forget her like in.
So in other words, like, it has to get to a point where someone has to explicitly say, hey, ungazingeni. But if they haven't said that, would you then take that approach of saying, because I am private, let me also treat their life as private, or I feel like there's something that's damaging and I have to tell them?
Yeah, if it's something damaging, then yes, I'll definitely tell them. But if it's not damaging...
So you will overstep the whole privacy thing?
Yeah, because you guys also made me realize that if it's damaging, then I also need to receive it. So for me, yes, I'll probably do that.
You would tell, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
as much
cool.
as Nami, I would also receive whatever damaging information about my partner that the person has at that moment, then yeah, I'll be open to receiving it.
So this whole concept of being private, I think for the most part, one can become sort of like, what's the proper word? Not even discreet, but okay, I'll use the opposite of saying not public, but it doesn't mean that it's private.
Yeah, it is. It's not, because I think when you guys get married, there's no longer privacy there. Because if sometimes we train people that each and every of my relationship is going to be private, it means even when you guys get married, do it behind doors. We don't even want to know if you guys are married or not. Whatever that you're going to do, you're going to be doing it in your own space. Privacy is granted. I think it also comes back to the conversation that you once had, that immediately when people get married public or date public, it means now you are saying to them, this is my partner. If you see me with the next person, it's wrong.
Question me.
Yeah, question me. Like, why? Why would you stay and read vows to someone to say you're going to love them through sickness and health, but now you're busy with other people, right? So people can intervene. It's not like it's a permission given, a permission granted. But when we do things public, just like you being a public figure, I mean, that people are going to say things about you, whether you like it or not. I mean, when you go into Seychelles, when you're traveling all over the countries, you post nice things. But when bad things happen, you start to frown. You knew that you are in the public. People supported you through bad times, good times, and they are going to come to you when, bad things are starting to happen. But there are people that are going to support you. There is balance, either or. So like whether it's private or not.
Players.
Yeah.
I go to a soccer player and say, I'm your poser. And then that's you, black label, like guy, come on. You're a soccer player. Not good I'm judging or stay out of my private life. No, chief, no. You came out and you said you're a soccer player. There's a way in which you should live. Don't drink, don't smoke. And there's certain things you shouldn't do.
Yes.
Right? You can't say, no, it's my private life. No.
You can't. You have devoted your life to us. You are ours now. Whatever that's happening in your life, we have something to say. A lot of people who are in the, who are public figures, most of them have social media managers who manage their accounts, who manage everything that they do. Some, they go to an extent of telling you where to go. If you want to eat, go to a certain place. If you want to meet your friends, please go to this place. Don't go there. Don't do anything. Because when the public comes for you and it's becoming a strong thing on social media, it's going to look bad for you. And they don't want that also. They don't want that. So it's a matter of trying to manage some of the things properly. If my life is private, yes, there is information that I can share to people. If I'm a philanthropist, I make billions and billions. There's money that I'm going to give back to people. Yeah, like I'm not keeping my money to myself. Yeah.
In life, where you have to go and declare. You have to declare.
Declare to people.
I mean, you fall pregnant, it's my private life, no one needs to know. Come on.
Yeah.
Who's the father? You have to say. Whether you lie or not, but declare, you have to declare.
Who's the father?
Okay, look, there's privacy, sure, I agree, right? But there are certain things where, I don't think certain things can be kept private.
Yep.
Yeah, some are. Like, for example, people in my hood don't even know who my baby daddy is.
You are hiding him. You are hiding him.
You are hiding the father of the child.
Why should you know? Like, that's my situation. There are some things like,
but maybe now they don't want to know.
Yeah.
Have they asked?
No.
They don't ask.
Because na mangbuzi.
No, I mean, it's not like you're going to walk around and say, hey, do you want to know my baby daddy? You don't do that, right? So it's not like you go around asking abantu.
Yeah, if you wanna know.
Obviously, we're talking about people that are concerned, right?
Already.
Because if you're a soccer player, we are concerned.
Yes.
But if someone doesn't know, doesn't care, whether you are there smoking, they don't you Google like our shlopi,
Yeah.
right? But someone that is concerned, wait, I haven't seen like who's the daddy? Then that's the person that it would be a case of, hey, there's someone that's interested in knowing. But if someone has never asked you, it's not like they.
Yeah, if the child starts to be troublesome, that's where people are going to be curious to know who's the father. If the father is not there,
the most important people know, which is my family. So that's about it.
Okay.
Why does the whole street need to know?
No, they don't need to know. They don't want to know unless they come through.
Yeah, they gotta stay in the lane
Aye,
there.
guys, we can't be going around. Hey, umntana kabani? Hey, who's the father? Who's the mother? Who's the mother? Like, we don't do that. We don't do that.
Absolutely, we don't do that, Afri. I don't think about the like, yay, man, it's fungwas.
Yeah, we wanna know the
unless
father.
they come through. Unless they come through, because man, it's like assuming, man, you know, people want to know, or no one's asking now. It's
Yeah.
now, but they've got their own problems that they need to deal with. But yeah, interesting, guys. If you're single and you're happy, clap your hands.
But if you're single and if you're single and you're happy that you know it and you really want to show it, if you're single and you're happy, just clap your hands, because we also got to rejoice the freedom that people have sometimes when they're single, because that's what most people go through, and that's what most people like about the fact about being single, the freedom that the fact that you're free. You don't have to report to no baby ngihamba la emakule nyajika manje. They don't have to go through certain things or explain why you're sitting on tabeleng, but you said you don't know her, but nihlele nonke. I wanna. So for me, if you're single and you're happy about it, please go out there and celebrate yourself. Make sure that you celebrate yourself. Now, another thing that I also like to know is that how big of a fan are you when it comes to Sony, especially the PlayStation?
Yo.
The brand Sony, ne? It's a Japanese brand, right? So I remember at one point we had a Sony TV, and they used to make them up Bravia TVs, right? Quite a huge fan, and I just came to love the brand more, especially because of the PlayStation, right? Other things, yeah, sure. We had a VHS here, Sony. I think also during the time there was a Walkman, something I didn't have back in high school, but I remember there was a friend that had a Sony Walkman, and we're talking about the one where you insert a cassette, play music. You've got these, thin headphones,
nice,
and these ones are on ears. They sit on top of your ears, and the concept of listening to music on the go, Wooka. Yeah, that was just something that was huge back then, and not a lot of people had access to it. So I know Sony is one of the first brands that broke out in that space. They've made cameras as well. So it's TVs, camera, the PlayStation,
phones,
and I've got phones as well.
Sony Ericsson. Yeah,
because they partnered with Ericsson. They still make the Xperia phone right now, but it's more of an enthusiast phone. They also make cameras as well, so you'll also find even with the Apple iPhone, the sensors of the cameras, those are sourced from Sony, right? So Apple doesn't make their own cameras. They buy these parts or components from other manufacturers, and then they assemble the iPhone and so on, just like the screen comes from Samsung. So the biggest two contributors is your Samsung and LG, but with the Sony, big brand, but not only in the electronic space as well, also in the music space, right?
Of Sony Entertainment,
Sony, BMG, and all the likes, and
they
also
do have film studios,
film studios. Yeah. So it's a Japanese brand, but then as a public company, well, now it's just owned all over the world. You can buy shares if you want to. It's not financial advice. I said if you want to. But if you are considering it, please consult a financial
advice.
Qualified financial
Or you can
advisor.
always call up or ask Osvaldo Nyaka when we have him in studio if it's actually advisable to buy shares in Sony. So Mo, when was your first adventure with the Sony PlayStation?
I started playing. I'm not sure which brand was the TV game, because I started playing TV game, but my first experience with Sony, it was the Sony PlayStation 2. Yeah, Sony PlayStation 2, the grey one, right? I was known to be one of the best consoles. Big? Yeah, it was a big one.
Oh, the big one.
It was a big one, right? Yeah, it was considered one of the best consoles, right? It was strong. Then the black one came. Because the black one came, a lot of customers complain about the lid, right? Yeah, I had my friend putting like vases on top of the PlayStation so that it can read the disc and things like, they struggled. But yeah, PlayStation. Remember having the conversation about, preferring PC or console. Because I said console because I've been playing console, I don't know for how long. From PS2, PS3 to Xbox, it has been console. But I'm getting a different feel in terms of graphics because PC performs much better, compared to console. So yeah, but the love for console won't die, guys. I doubt.
No,
ease of use.
Yeah.
It just works.
It does. It does. Right. Even the PSP.
Yeah.
The PSP.
PlayStation Portable.
Oh, I remember my first experience because my friend brought it to school. Yo, guys, that's the first time that I bunked classes, unaware. Because we were behind, it was a break. We are not aware because we were playing pairs. How minute how it's 1 o'clock, so we see people with their school bags like, hi bo guys, okay, maybe it's time for us to go back to class. Unaware, guys, it's after school. Since from 12 o'clock we've been playing this up until 3 o'clock, 3:30. Yes. It was a crazy experience. But they still, of course, have producing and manufacturing PS. We have the latest PS5 right now, which people are really enjoying, and we are seeing a lot of people having great remarks about it. And I also want to have, because they also said PS5 might be the last PS that Sony is releasing. So from now on, you're just going to do everything digitally.
Well, I mean, speaking of that, I understand these rumors, but I doubt. There's still a huge market for consoles, and people are always looking forward to the next gen.
Yes.
Because what's happening now in the graphics space is they've introduced these lighting effects that use up more power to generate realistic images. So you're looking at a surface of water or any shiny object, and there's this reflectiveness about it. So it uses more power and all of that. So even game manufacturers, game designers, the way that they are creating these games, it's using more resources, more calculations and all of that. So obviously games of the future will not have, or the PlayStation 5 right now won't have the graphics processing unit to be able to play those games. So they are definitely going to release a next gen. I think what's probably going to happen is we might find a 5-year gap between consoles being released, where the next PlayStation 6 could come out in the next 2 years.
2 years, yeah.
And then after that 2 years, then we get that 5-year gap. Because nowadays, in terms of games, people do play on their smartphones. And just the other day, last year, we were just playing GTA on the phone, and it's able to play something that is San Andreas, where you knew you needed a console
to play.
Now you can play the same game but on your phone, right? So I do think they are going to stay in this market of the console. But it's been said, Uguti, Nintendo Wii is outselling a PlayStation and Xbox combined. That's because my games over in Nintendo Wii are very simple, meaning that anyone can approach them. You are young, you are old, you're not a hardcore gamer, then sure, you can play those games. But if we're talking PlayStation, it means you are most likely a hardcore gamer or at least a game enthusiast.
Yeah.
And there's not a lot of people in that space that are willing to invest in Mali. So in terms of part of the reason why they're saying that they're not going to release the next version is when it comes to revenue and making money, they know that they're not making money from the actual sales of the consoles themselves.
Yeah.
However, the gaming subscription, this is where things are headed to, where if you subscribe to the PlayStation Network, you're most likely to pay that subscription every month. And then this is how they actually make their money. But then from actual console sales, there isn't much money. So the money is coming from the services that are attached to the console itself. But thinking about it now, I've always been an Xbox fan. But if I were to buy a console, I wouldn't go Xbox because I do have Xbox on the PC.
Yeah.
I would rather go PlayStation 5.
Yeah.
That's pretty interesting, man. To only think Mina.
We won't stop, eh?
I grew up with my TV games. So, you know what? Let me just cut this one halfway because I also do know that MCU is also planning to release some new games this year besides all the new MCU movies that are coming out, with your Spider-Man, with Doomsday, and many more. So this year, they're going to be having animation that's coming out. They'll be having a whole lot of live action. And they're also going to be having some MCU video games also coming out. But I think that's something that MooCee will touch base on because I did pass on the information to him because he delivers it better than I would.
Yeah,
so yes, when it comes to movie day or movie Thursday, that's something that we'll definitely touch on in terms of the new releases of movies that are coming out this year, and it's a lot. One thing that I cannot wait for is Minions and the Super Mario Bros. Movies.
Minions, this would be the 4th installment, correct?
Yes, it's coming out on the 16th of July. I think it's the 4th. It's coming out on the 16th of July. So I cannot wait for that. And then we also have Super Mario Bros. Also coming back again. So for me, a girly who loves animation and is still very much in touch with the inner child, that's definitely something that I would love to actually watch and indulge myself in besides my little brothers. So Sony PlayStation was born from a failed collaboration with Nintendo in the late 1980s. So when Sony engineer Ken Kutaragi pushed the company to develop its own console after the partnership collapsed, officially launched in Japan in December 1994 and worldwide in 1995, the PlayStation revolutionized gaming with 3D graphics and CD-ROM technology, enabling larger and more immersive titles than cartridge-based systems. Its massive success, selling over 100 million units, cemented Sony as a dominant force in the industry and reshaped the future of home entertainment.
I mean, another thing about Sony that almost killed Xbox, ne? Because Sony first came out with the PlayStation 1, and then there was the Xbox 360, which was also huge. So they were trading blows. But then when it came to Xbox One, the first one that came out, this is where the backlash happened for Xbox, and that gave Sony the lead with the PlayStation 3. Xbox One, they coupled like a home entertainment system where they were looking at, yes, you can play games, but they also had a service where you can have cable TV run through the Xbox One, where you can watch sports and all of that. So what they were hoping at the time is that they would have this system, like an all-in-one entertainment system, where you can have your TV, radio, media services, as well as playing games. But then gamers didn't like that. And then everyone just gravitated towards the PlayStation. And then to make matters worse, Microsoft with the Xbox, they added this anti-sharing thing where you've got a disc and you could not share the game. So Sony came out with an advert where it was done by these execs with like a Masood and stuff. Hey, do you want to share a game from one user to another? This is how you share it. Literally, the guy hands the person a CD.
and puts it on.
That's how you share a game. Xbox, and they came up with this weird thing of, you share or whatnot. And just that one thing alone, it took Kushuti PlayStation 3 at the time, just dominated the industry.
Yeah.
Dominated because Xbox wasn't sharing games, but Sony's like, oh, you want to share a game? This is how you do it.
Simple.
They saw a way in and they definitely used it to their advantage. So which was a good thing for them and business because they definitely did revolutionize the world of gaming. Because mina ngikhule nge-TV gaming, dlala bo Super Mario lapha, tutum tum tutum tum.
And Moshi TV.
Yes.
I loved that.
Guys, we come from an era where we were told Moshi
With
TV.
Moshi TV.
PS Moshi TV.
And funny enough, it would.
I mean, my friend had a PS3. I remember we used to play a lot at his house, right? And then there was a time when we were not there. He was playing alone, and the TV just went like black. Half of the screen just went black, and it was crazy because now you're having these things. What if now the PS is going to affect the TV at home and things like that? But I think they also improved because back in the day you would use inputs before
Lama RCA.
Yes, right. So now you have the HDMI cable.
Yellow, white, and red.
Yeah. So now you have the HDMI cables, which is much better than other cables.
They probably did us a solid day. So now people are no longer complaining about their TVs being spoiled.
So this Valentine's, my advice to all the ladies out there, please buy your man
PS5.
a PS5.
Yep.
Like if okay, maybe
Gift recommendation.
it's a gift recommendation, but I need to say this before you do it. You will probably see him you'll probably see him being the most happiest he's ever been. But don't take that away from him.
Oh, they don't understand.
Just allow it to, okay, he's happy and you did something good. But I did this, you weren't this happy. Just if he doesn't have a PS5, get him a PS5.
I get it if we ipuela or
No, I've got games.
Get your man a PS5, man. What's wrong with that?
Yeah, get him a PS5 and Nakona also when he's playing, get him some beers and give him time to play on a weekend. But it has to be controlled, I understand. I'm not talking about a man that will now sit in jail.
Not do anything.
It's dinner time. No. It's a Saturday. He works hard during the week.
It's therapy for most guys out there.
Allow him to play a PlayStation. Please.
To avoid unnecessary things.
Please show Afroberry's face. Like allow him to play in peace. Get him some beers. Take a bucket of water. Scrub his feet. Right? Do that. The world will be a better place. Trust me.
Hi, how there's nothing I can say. If you say so, lucky for me, my man don't play no games. Ain't no PS5 that I'm buying.
Wait. He doesn't play games.
I'd rather buy
he
a
doesn't
new.
have a PS5.
Yeah.
So how do you know if he plays?
Because I go through his PC, that's not what he does. One thing he's into, it's basically sports. I'd rather buy him a camping equipment because he likes camping, or buy a new bicycle because riding is his life.
What do you mean go through his PC?
No, when I want to watch a movie. So I see everything. There's not even a single game. Not even on the phone. There's no single game on the phone, the PC, on the laptop.
Mo, do you have games on your phone? Oh. Okay, so here's what I'm saying. You don't know if he's a gamer or not.
I've brought up that discussion. He's never even said a single thing about it. That's the thing.
What did you say to him?
It's, you know what? I wish I knew how to play a PS5, and it'd be kind of amazing. Listen to let's mush his cards. That's when I knew he's not a gamer. That's how I discovered. I dropped hints. Basically, it's like,
rider.
you know what? Yeah, I want to go do this. I'd like to do that. It's like, nah. You know what? Those things waste time. Those things are not nice. That's how I discovered things that he's not into. And
Because I mean, if someone Mo comes to you and says, "Hey man, it's your PC," ne? Now I've gone through your PC. I didn't see a game. Question is in today's day and age with EA Play and whatnot, you don't really see the icon if it's Susila, right?
Yeah.
So one wouldn't really know if there are games on this
in
PC,
the PC.
right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, but conversation for another day. Sorry, guys, we got distracted. We were talking games, consoles, the whole gaming thing, and yeah, this is where we are right now. Sorry, Afroberry. Sorry.
no problem, hey. But guys, you know, one thing that has always bugged me when it comes to conservation here in South Africa, it's the amount of wildlife that is actually being killed. Unfortunately, we have so much wildlife that is going up to waste in South Africa. It's either the elephants, but the one thing that has been on a huge surge all over Africa, including South Africa, is the death and the poaching of rhinos.
What is it about the rhino horn that is?
It has different uses. So apparently in China, they believe that a rhino horn can be used as a...
I mean, it's used as medicine. They crush
what
it,
it boosts the vitality and apparently.
mix it with things. I mean, it's information that we don't know. And you ask yourself, how do these people find out about these things? But
And-
I think it's more of being curious that, because elephants also have horns, right? And I don't know if they are poaching those horns of elephants or
Yeah, once
they're
upon a
not.
time, elephants used to be poached for their tusks. Because some people do believe and that they symbolize some certain sacred spirituality when it comes in the world of African spirituality. That's what they believed. For example, and funny enough, it's people who don't even have wild animals naturally in their countries that are poaching these animals.
Yeah, because what also bothers me is the license to hunt, where someone says, I've got a license. So even if it's not rhinos or elephants or anything, but then like who gives you that license to kill, right?
And who even decided that it's okay to kill wild animals? They're not even doing anything to you. They're just chilling out there in the bush, doing their own thing, basking under the sun, and then you come in. And then next thing you hear that somebody was mauled by a lion. What were you for doing there first, number one? Why were you there even with a gun? What were you doing? Why were you out there hunting? And you know what? Speaking about that, so when it comes to rhino poaching, it has dropped nationally, but the Kruger National Park still faces a record surge. South Africa recorded a 16% drop in rhino poaching in 2025, with 352 animals killed compared to 420 in 2024. While improved coordination among government, private partners, and conservation groups drove the decline, Kruger National Park suffered the worst year ever, losing 175 rhinos, nearly double 2024's toll, linked to internal corruption. In context, Imfolazi Park saw poaching fall sharply from 198 to 63 incidents thanks to dehorning, advanced surveillance and integrity measures. Mpumalanga was the hardest hit province, while national anti-poaching efforts now include new ranger recruits, K9 units with technology investments supported by global conservation partners. So one other thing that they've also tried to do in order for them to slow the whole poaching of rhinos is to actually dehorn the rhinos, especially the baby rhinos once they're born, because they're at a lesser risk of being poached, especially if they don't have the horns. But unfortunately now you're taking what symbolizes a rhino, which is their horns, just to save them. And it's very unfortunate what's actually happening right now with the whole rhino poaching process that's going on. I just hope that we reach a conclusion and it officially stops and our rhinos can be saved from extinction, because at this rate, trust me, my son's kids may never even see a rhino at this rate. They may know them.
Have you seen a rhino?
Yes, I've seen a rhino. I've been to the zoo, and I wanna go again.
A rhino that has horns. It's horny.
Yeah. That's a dad joke right there.
Yeah.
Especially if it's pointing up. That's a horny rhino.
Thanks to dehoning.
Wow, like, you know what?
You are
you know,
dehorned.
let me just move on, because you guys are just literally saying the most ridiculous things ever. Because right now, as we know that over the weekend, Bad Bunny actually did the halftime Super Bowl this time around.
Oh, Bad Bunny, who's that?
Bad Bunny.
I don't know who that is.
Bad Bunny is from Puerto Rico.
Okay.
Yes, so he also won an award at the Grammys, and so he's basically also fighting around this whole ICE situation where immigrants are being deported, and unfortunately they're not even using proper means of deportation, but they're deporting them in a bad way. So the halftime Super Bowl that he did this past weekend was a dedication towards every immigrant that's been deported by ICE to go over back to where they come from. So it was a celebration against that, and Lady Gaga was also brought out to perform, and she was waving the national Puerto Rican flower. So it was pretty interesting. It was very interesting. So I kind of like that, sending out the message that we stand together and we're not going to let anything that you say bring us down. So it was pretty amazing. But right now, we are not talking about that Super Bowl halftime. Instead, we are talking about the 2024 Usher performance at the Super Bowl halftime show, where he had guests such as Alicia Keys, will.i.am, Lil Jon, Her, and Ludacris. Now at the Super Bowl in Las Vegas, Usher delivered a dazzling halftime show with that cemented his comeback, blending his biggest hits with high energy choreography. He was joined by Alicia Keys for a soulful duet, My Boo, and Her for a guitar-driven flair, and she looked amazing while she was stranding that guitar. And he also had longtime collaborators with will.i.am, Lil Jon, and Ludacris for explosive crowd pleasers like yeah and oh my god. And then the performance showcased Usher's versatility from smooth ballads to dance anthems, leaving no doubt he belongs on the pop's biggest stage. So Usher did the most with his Super Bowl halftime performance. I think everybody liked the fact that he also featured Her. Her when she came out on the scene was like literally known for her guitar skills, and Usher brought all of that back last year when she was performing on stage, and that was amazing. And then not forgetting everything about NBA, because we are talking about All-Star Games. Now, in the 1996 NBA All-Star Game held on February 11th at the Alamo Dome in San Antonio, was a showcase of star power during the league's 50th season. Michael Jordan, playing in his first All-Star game after returning from retirement, scored 20 points on 8 of 11 shooting and earned MVP honors. Shaquille O'Neal added 25 points, helping the East surge ahead with a dominant of 41-22 around the third quarter to secure a 129-118 victory over the West. The game drew a record of 36,000 and I'm so confused.
36,037.
Yabona lama zero kahle kahle angikhombisa amanamba angilaf 36,037 fans featured standout performances from rising stars like Jason Kidd with 10 assists in his debut and marked Jawan Howard's lone all-star performance appearance. So that was pretty amazing when it came into the world of NBA. But talking about NBA, that is not the only thing that is celebrating in the world of sports, because we are talking about the eye of the tiger when he also came out and marked a huge performance in his life. So on February 11 in 1919, James Buster Douglas shocked the boxing world by knocking out the undefeated Mike Tyson in the 10th round at the Tokyo Dome. Tyson entered the fight as the undisputed heavyweight champion and seemingly invincible force, but Douglas, a 42-1 underdog, delivered a precise and powerful combination that ended Tyson's reign. The upset not only stripped Tyson, the upset not only stripped Tyson of his aura of invisibility, but also reshaped the heavyweight division, marking one of the most dramatic and unexpected moments in the sport history. Now, I never thought Mike Tyson probably never saw that one coming. Imagine, Shapaka knockout. And he was always known as the king of knockouts, the one who always delivers the blows.
But this was before his prime, though.
Yeah, it was before his prime, but he's always carried himself as somebody who's invincible, somebody cannot be touched.
But what stage? After 1990, because you see the rise of Mike Tyson was around the time of year 1991, 1992, all the way through to 1996. That's when we know Mike Tyson. Back in 1990, we didn't know Mike Tyson, right?
I mean, Mike Tyson doesn't do 10 rounds.
Tyson 3 rounds, and people used to be so upset at Mike Tyson where they would buy front row tickets.
Yeah,
front row, you pay a lot of money. Round 1, it's done.
Yeah. And I think
I paid for it, nothing.
That's when the Boxing Association came with the whole thing of the main event, whereby you'll have fights way before the main event around at 12 o'clock or whatever time. So you will have like your junior weights, welter weights coming in to fight, and then we wait for Mike Tyson for that one round. Comes there, ding, 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 boo, everything. Right. He won.
I mean, he is synonymous to like most men out there. When stepping into the ring, you just handle business and then that's it, you're done. The job is done. Because Naksasa,
round 1,
guys are being asked to tip fit, but you know, this kid looks like you. Because I only spent 1 minute here.
And 1 round.
It's still your child.
Yeah.
It's still your child. So I think with the Mikey, hey man, he had like ups and downs. Just recently, we were talking about him being incarcerated for abusing a young girl, because we were looking up the details. I mean, he was 26 at the time, the girl was 18.
Yeah.
So we're like, 8-year difference, okay, sharp. A 26-year-old with an 18-year-old, okay, cool. But yeah, I mean, he had like a huge following at the time.
Yeah.
But Iron Mike Tyson, before, because in 1990, he wasn't called Iron Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
He only got that title after having performed and knocking out Abantu. But I mean, also I think this was one of the last fights that he lost, similar to Mayweather. A lot of people don't know, but as much as he's got a 50-0 winning streak, there was a time when he actually lost a fight by unanimous decision at a boxing Olympics. And that's where he swore, okay, you know what, from here on out, I'm never going to lose a fight.
Yeah.
And fast forward years later, he's got 50 wins and 0 losses.
Oh,
but
nice.
He has lost a fight in the Olympics, but professionally, so he hasn't. So Nalana, with Mike Tyson, he went on and became this beast, man.
Yeah.
I just got disappointed when he tattooed his face. It's
fame,
and then he
guys.
lied about us. Tina, we play with wild pigs. But we're happy though. We're happy. The kids, he's wrestling a wild pig and in the streets of Soweto.
Hey.
And then Speed came through. It's like, guys, this is not where we live. Come on,
Yeah.
Mike.
Mike
Stop
Tyson,
lying.
he's, man, he's a deceiver.
Exactly.
He's now mixing and he's
It's
getting
the
his
narrative
confused.
that, because I think that incident, I think he came in SA after that incident where you had lions, roaming around. I don't know which national park the fence broke and then there were
2 times.
animals. Yeah, so I think he also took that, and now you know how social media exaggerates things.
Yay.
And we are lucky because AI was not that big as of it is right now, because people are going to make like a mess out of those videos whereby now those lions were chasing people. These AI videos
Yeah,
are
but there's
weird.
There's a lion in Soweto.
But yeah, man, interesting.
Then you find videos with people with 3 legs, right?
I think it's even worse because I even saw this other a video on Facebook where a person was literally the horse. It's twice. It happened in America and in South Africa. In America, a cow fished the owner from a tavern so that he can go back home because the owner was drunk and the owner didn't have a car. So the cow fished him from a tavern and took him all the way back to the farmhouse where they live. And another one that I saw.
Nice trained cow.
And then another one that I saw was one that happened here in South Africa in the Bundus, where somebody was faced by the donkey in a tavern and it was sitting backwards while holding a beer. And it was also driven all the way back home. I'm like, you know what? Animals these days are getting much more smart.
But I think to people out there, guys, be careful of these AI videos, especially our parents. Our parents believe anything,
Yay!
right? Yeah, it's getting smarter and smarter. But
Because if we had a video of a
Yeah.
lion on the loose,
yo,
I'm sure things will told WhatsApp, ukuthi guys, but a lion
There's a
Dobson
lion.
film. Be careful.
abantwana banga esikolweni.
Yay! And black parents, I'm definitely not taking my kids to school. We're not even going to ask the teachers.
There's a lion out there, guys. We are waiting for the government to come and take it.
But guys, as they told me.
But yeah, interesting. Those are some of the significant historical moments that took place, of course, around those times. But you know that each and every day we aim to celebrate people who are growing up. Some of them we idolize them. Some of them we have seen them on our screens, and some of them are our friends. If you know someone who is growing up, whether it's your friend, a family member, please give them a shout out by using the hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. But let's get deep into some of the celebrities that are growing up today on the 11th of February. This guy is a guy that really pissed me off, when I was watching Prison Break, man. Like, when he found out that Schofield has a team and they're breaking out. Yo, guys, I was so pissed. I was like, yo, Benjamin Miles, what are you doing? Like, you're ruining the whole operation. But before we get into that, it's Rockman Dunbar. Right, he was born today on the 1973, and he is turning 54 years of age. We know him for the roles in Prison Break as Benjamin Miles, The Game, and Sons of Anarchy. And as of right now, Benjamin Rockmond is married. And interesting fact about him: before Prison Break and The Game, he appeared in Felicity, starred in Soul Food, and acted in Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. Right?
Soul food, yo.
Yeah, but guys, the Prison Break one, like, it really pissed me off. But there's for me personally, okay, Money Heist also has that emotional roller coaster, but guys, Prison Break, the emotional roller coaster it took me, because I was crying when Schofield found out that they changed the pipe where they were supposed to escape on that night. So he was using this acid to eat this cardboard that they were supposed to use. It was their final one. Yo, immediately when they got there, maintenance came in day before, and then they replaced and put on a steel pipe. Yo, guys, like I was so disappointed.
That's life for you. That's life.
But
I mean, one of the other movies where he starred in is like Tyler Perry, where I think it's a family that prays, where the wife is working for this construction company.
Yeah.
So and Tyler Perry, they are construction workers within the same company, but obviously Bona, they work on construction sites.
Yeah.
But the wife works in the office, and then the wife starts, seeing this. Well, the son of the owner, khona kuleyo company leyo. And man, because he was told to go to the son that they had is not his son, but the son belongs to some guy about to cut right and something like that.
Yeah.
That move was emotional.
Yeah.
But no, he played a very good role.
Man, he killed those roles. He killed those roles. And of course, happy birthday to him. And of course, heading over to the football world, someone who is growing up today was known to, redefine what success is at a very later stage. And it is the one and only Jamie Vardy. Was born in 1987. Today, he is turning 40 years. A striker and winger who started at Stocksbridge Park Steels, scoring 66 goals. Right. So before Leicester signed him, Vardy was working in a factory that was doing steel work and manufacturing and all of those things. He was called on to come play, and then the team went on, progressed, went to championship, and then the first season they got into the Premier League, they went on to win the Premier League, one of the toughest leagues to win in the whole world. Right, the first time, and he went on to become a top goal scorer that season. Right, until today, he's still significant, and of course, man, whatever that he did with Leicester City is regarded as one of the historical moments. And of course, Jamie Vardy is married. An interesting fact about him is he won Fleetwood Town's Player of the Year in 2011, then led Leicester to their 2016 Premier League triumph that we all experienced. Lastly, we have one of our own, Penuel Mayengani. Was born today, and in 1979, turning 47 years. Rise to fame, he's a South African Xitsonga singer and rose to fame following the release of his debut studio album Tiba Ben in 2011. Interesting fact about him, he's not only a celebrated Tsonga musician but also ventured into politics, becoming a councillor of the city of Johannesburg under the Economic Freedom Fighters. That is Penuel Mayengani. Do you know Penuel Mayengani?
I'm trying to think. Not really, but I've heard about his name when it comes into the world of entertainment, the music industry per se. I have heard about him, but otherwise, no, man. Because I'm even intrigued of seeing that we had a councillor who was a whole Tsonga singer. Like, everything is possible in South Africa.
Yeah.
That's why I love this country, man. You could be a soccer player and still be a mayor. Like, that's the nice thing. Like, you can get a certificate for teaching and become a minister of the police. My idol, Baba. Like, that's what I like, man. And Jimuteka never served in the military, but she's the Minister of Defense. South Africa is amazing, man. So no, I've never actually heard of. I've heard about the name, but I've never heard about his music actually.
Check him out, Penuel Mayengani, also part of the celebrities who are growing up today. If you happen to know anyone who is growing up, and send them a shout out, use the hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. But as the Vooka Breakfast Show, we would also like to say to everyone who is growing up, okay. DJ,
let me do it, guys. Let me do it. Happy birthday! Woo! Hooray!
Nice.
Hooray!
Hooray!
Hooray! Yeah, man. Happy birthday to everyone, right there. Happy birthday.
Yeah, to more growth to everyone. So what we're going to do right now is to take a short break, 20 minutes till we hit 10 o'clock on the dot. And we will be back. Don't switch the dial.
Your story's untold. Come take my hand and walk there with me. I know a place where we can be free. There is a light shining for you, guiding your way, helping you through. And shadows and gloom are all that you see. We'll find a place where we can be free. From the mountain top down to the deepest valley, hear a voice calling you. It's the rising sun shining in the darkest valley. Can't you see you will be free? I have been far, I have been wide, searching for peace, somewhere to hide. Now I am free, open and pure, fearless and babe. I am secure. There is no dark that can't be lit. We'll find a way if we just commit. We are one. There is no them and us. Together we're strong. Together we're free. From the mountain top down to the deepest valley, hear a voice calling you. It's the rising sun shining in the darkest valley. Can't you see you will be free? Can't you see you will be free? You will be free. Whenever you're down, out in the cold, faithless and dark, your story.
Welcome back, Vooka Nation. Sibuyile khona manje, and we still have some more interesting and amazing facts for you, because right now we're talking about somebody who's a hustler, because y'all already know it. We're talking about a man who has been through some pretty painful trials and tribulations because they had big ambitions and they ended up not giving him everything that he wanted to achieve in life. And we are talking about Emtee, because Emtee enters management space with new company Hustle MG. Now, the award-winning rapper Emtee has launched his Hustle MG, a creatives management company dedicated to artist mentorship and professional guidance. The company focuses solely on management services, career structure, negotiations, and long-term planning, rather than traditional label functions. Emtee announced the venture recently on X, positioning it as a new chapter in his career, where he leverages his industry experience to empower fellow artists. Now, now, as we all go back, we know that Emtee is known for his chart-topping hits and influence in South African hip-hop. Has long spoken about the challenges artists face in navigating contracts and career sustainability. Now, Hustle MG aims to reflect on his shift from performer to mentor, aiming to provide structure and support for creatives seeking independence and longevity in the industry. Now, the way forward with this is that the Hustle Emtee intends to guide artists towards building resilient careers, emphasizing mentorship over ownership, His move signals a broader trend of established musicians creating platforms that prioritize empowerment and professional development, suggesting Hustle MG could become a key player in shaping the next generation of talent. Now, I feel like this is it's something that is much more needed in the industry, because we've known that most artists who are out there have had it bad. I mean, like late last year we discussed the whole situation with the record label that she was going through, where she wanted to go out of the contract, and they told her that she cannot leave without giving us the promised album that she was supposed to give us. And it's a very good learning curve for most artists, because most of us just go into the industry thinking that, you know what, it's all about me just making music and everything will be okay. I don't have to worry about certain things, which is not the actual truth, because there's so many things that you need to worry about that we overlook. And for somebody who's going through an experience with a record label that has left him thinking about much more bigger and broader perspective, is very important to actually take advice from such a person. Do you think that this is actually something that will help the entertainment industry itself and also help manage artists more?
Yeah, I mean, it will. Looking at the work that Emtee has done, over time with the body of work, because as we were talking about being a public figure, he is a public figure who has portrayed, behaviors that are not likable by most fans, but his music touched a lot of people. He spoke about his journey of being an upcoming musician, coming from a disadvantaged, background, and not, just labeling him as of the person that he is right now. I mean, right now, Emtee is barely sober. It shows that for him, the work that he has done, he is pioneering into changing what the industry has made him. He wants management to be better in terms of how he was treated while he was signed under these record labels. So seeing him embarking on management, it does not mean it's, Emtee is going to do all of the paperwork. He has a team that he works with, right? He will just bring the experience that he has, because if you are someone who is a hustler and you have shown people that your hustle has worked out for you through music, why not have a management where you can inspire these young kids who are coming up in the music industry? Listening to some of his albums, I remember listening to Avery and also listening to DIY when they came in. Like, it's storytelling. It's what most people, people and fans, people who like music want to hear. To say, hey man, your life compared to the music that we hear, it's two different things, right? So he can separate himself, from the music. Whatever that he does, people like his music, and there's young, cats out there who are looking up to him. And of course, I believe the Hustle MG is going to bring that to a lot of young cats. So all the best to him, man. And looking into his state right now, it's very bad. He's going through a lot of things, just like anyone. It's not like, it's Emtee. Yeah, he does go through things, but now I don't think he has been taught how to handle those things as a public figure. Because as I've mentioned that, it's so rare to see him like sober-minded now. But we know that when he goes to the studio, there's things that he does. Because the Emtee that you will hear in an interview is a different Emtee that you will hear behind the mic. Like, it's total different people. So let the music speak to the people, so that whenever you come with something that is positive, they're going to follow it.
Yeah, that's definitely true. I hope that he could also include the journey of sobriety, or the importance of also having it clear. Because in all honesty, as Mo said, when he said like it's barely rare to see him sober, last year around November, there was a time where he was performing on stage and he blacked out because he was so lit.
Guys, leave Emtee alone.
We had the MC going on with they had to take him off stage like he was in slow mo. The MC had to go out, because everything was such a mess. And I even on Sunday there's an interview that I saw where he was being interviewed, and he was flying. He was having like a proper Neffel Belter moment during that interview. Hi, Emtee.
Look, I mean, that's Emtee.
So you know what Emtee has said recently? He said he doesn't listen to his own music.
That's the one that I was watching, because I asked him, do you listen to your own music? And he said he doesn't listen to it because he thinks that it's trash.
No, and that's what makes a hit.
No, guys, no. You see, in terms of modern talk, I mean, I don't watch back these shows.
Yeah.
Because, like, genuinely, I'm not happy. So if I choose to use the word trash, sure, maybe could have used another word, but it's just like there's that thing now, Gutish, I'm not happy with the last performance, right? Yeah. It's like, for example, I mean, we've seen this here in studio where we're having a conversation and you fell asleep on the show live, right? So that's why that's me again. That's me again, guys. Let's leave him.
So one of the strategies that because I think when we talk about music and being in the music industry, you understand that music is spiritual. And that's what I see through Emtee, right? It's not like he doesn't listen to his music, but there are people who go into the studio, make a song, and decide that this is a hit song. Emtee doesn't do that. He goes there, does his thing, storytell, then people love the music. And sometimes he's not even aware that people love him that much. Like, he's not aware that his music has helped a lot of people. His music has a meaningful message behind it, right? So whether he slips on the stage, for me, I don't think I'm paying so much attention to those things. It's fine. But as long as when he says he's dropping a single, an album, when we listen to that, we're not hearing someone who's rapping sloppy, like he's slow. No,
we're hearing somebody who's on rhythm with the beat.
Dedication.
Exactly.
Like,
dedication.
everything is nice and clear. But yeah, that's definitely true. So for me, and I'm saying that I'm also looking forward to the management company, because with the vast industry experience that he has, especially when it comes to record labels and things that he's seen in the industry, it's literally going to open up the eyes of up and coming artists, the artists who are within the industry and haven't yet signed a record deal. So it's going to open them to a huge number of different things. And for that one,
you might just do things different.
Yeah.
And I mean, to end it off, because we're talking of Emtee, né? Let's get a hip hop beat in there, man, because this music is.
Yeah. I almost said what MC said about his.
when you almost said it like that guy who disses people.
Let's get a hip hop, but that's what I'm saying. Let's get a hip hop beat in there,
just to commemorate him, guys.
Because this one, man, sangati to Michael Knight, you know, driving down the road. But that's what I'm saying. I mean, as creators, we're never happy. Yes, we can create. Yeah. We keep pushing. You're only as good as your last work. So, yeah, that's him. Just change it there. Yeah, okay. Or rather, let's go silent. Anyway, so yeah, much better. Man, it felt like a scene from Michael Knight, man. Come on. Anyway,
Knight Rider.
Yeah. So you're never happy. So not that. Sure, I don't. He doesn't listen to his own music because it feels like he can do better.
Yeah.
Right. And as a result, it's like, look, it's trash. Yeah. I think that's just maybe wrong word choice.
Yeah, the word choice of it was probably wrong, but otherwise, because sometimes.
But I understand him.
Yeah, because in a way you can work with something or do something. Because for me, even with some of my performances, there's some performances I felt like, you know what, I sucked on this performance, only to have people who were listening and not listening to me recite that piece during the show come to me like, oh my God, I loved it. I loved the way you talked about it. And in my head, I was thinking that, you know, what I just did right now was like a proper flop. like nothing was going correctly, but for the people to receive it differently, it also shows how different the world of music or the world of entertainment touches people differently. What I may see as me as the creator, what I may see as something that's not worthy of being out there, but according to the people who are about to receive it, it's something that they've been hoping for or waiting for all of their life.
Yeah, it's a strategy, because even Touchline, he said he wished that he saw himself the way people see him. And once that happened, trust me, it's over. I know a lot of artists who went into the studio and they made a song. It was not a hit. From there, they gave up everything. They gave up. So if you do,
that's true.
Don't go out and blow your own horn. Like, you are the one who's saying, no, I know this is a hit. People tell you that we don't like that. Listen to what people say, because there are musicians out there that people say, hey, bruh, this is a trash song. Like, I win. You're not gonna tell me that. It's fine. But if you go to the studio, work and release music, trust me, what it's going to be more than what you have transpired.
And I think the day you become happy, it's game over.
Yes.
It's game over.
Yep.
I saw a DMX interview now. There was a song that came out. I think it's like, bring it, what? Right here. Like, he just thought, and it became a hit.
Yeah.
Became a hit.
People decide what is a hit, guys. People decide.
Stay in the process of creating.
Yes.
If it's trash, believe that way, so that it keeps you fueled.
Exactly.
To come back. So, I think that was good.
Yeah.
That was good. It's in a good mental state of saying, I don't like my own music, or I don't listen, or I don't think it's that good. Yeah,
because for him, during that interview, he's literally just said that I don't listen. He doesn't listen to his own songs.
Yeah, I don't watch.
So he literally
some of the
just
interviews,
creates.
I don't watch them. Yeah.
He creates so that the people out there can actually consume it. And for me, it makes more sense, because sometimes as people, especially if you know with the type of body of work that you want to deliver, we are our biggest judges compared to anybody else. Before you can even come and say, what you did, I didn't like this and this, I already beat up myself in the corner for that one.
Well,
So
there's no time to beat yourself up, because he creates music and then he moves on. I mean, one of the artists that has a huge body of work is Tupac, and there's this video where he says, guys, we don't have time to be sitting here listening to a track. That's the engineer's job. When your job is to record, get a beat, get someone to record, let the engineer come in and figure out the snare's not right. That's not your job. Your job is to come in, write music, record the music, and then there's a team like his building manj that will push the music
That's
out.
responsible for doing that. Yeah.
So if you're gonna be that one who's pedantic, or man, the kick drum is not. No. That's the engineer's job, right? So I think kudos to him for creating and starting a team for management, but also because he's also been on the other side of the coin. I'm hoping Uguti, he will not be subject or end up doing the same things that he was subject to.
Yeah.
So he'll try and do things a little bit different. Where Nakona, I'll express this in the last 30 seconds, that I have also seen Uguti, it is a cutthroat industry. So to a certain degree, if there are certain things Emtee might allow to happen here, this could also be the downfall of the company before. So he has to have that business mentality in order for the business to survive. I'm not saying rip people off, but then being creatives, you have to approach it into slightly different than just being a creator. There's also the business aspect of it. Thanks, that's my 2 cents.
Peace. The mic drop. Mo, what are your last words for today?
Man, 3 days to Valentine's Day. I'm looking forward to the day, and to what Wednesday, the rest of Wednesday has. From me, I'll see you when I see you. Thank you so much.
Yes, man. And for me, Afriberry, also known as Miss Berry Plays, but to the darker the berry, the sweeter than tonton. Imnandi mam nyama mam hlopile teka teken pot marloko fama na mewatayo kumakahle. The song on a morning. Stay safe, stay loved. Remember that you are loved each and every single day. You do not need Valentine's Day for a person to validate the way they love you. Love is celebrated each and every single day that we have out here. So from us at the Vooka Breakfast Show team, we are saying kudos and see you tomorrow. And from the underground DBN family, we are saying bye.
Frisco hit Lennox. Another week, another knockout. A different city. My partner whip a 7-4 now. He think he Wimby, but I'ma ride it Chevy Malley.